everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sitting on the couch with us is Dom. Turn your microphone on.
Oh, if I sit here, I can barely read your message goons over there.
The message goons. You used goon correctly.
Well, that's not going to help your case.
They're gonna get you now. The goons will get
I learned that a long time ago.
The goons are gonna get you now.
You start fucking with the chat room, they remember forever.
If you start going, don't never go with the goons because the goons go back.
Yeah. They'll get
goons be gooning. I'll tell you
Big time gooner.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I say that with the utmost respect. If I wasn't here, I'd probably be on a chat room somewhere.
What do you say in the reggae community? You say big ups or big mad love or something.
We don't say anything like that.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. I think you throw in a couple of punanis in there. Yeah.
I'm not so sure we're even on the reggae.
How do you feel about punanis? Do you say? Do you guys use? That's the only reggae word I like using.
Are we on the air yet? No.
We're on Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, okay, yeah. We just say pussy.
Yeah.
No. Punani.
Punani.
Yeah.
And you gotta say it with a reverb. You gotta. Punani.
Or just say the C word. We're very fond of the C word as well.
No, that's too harsh. Punani
it's a magical word.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's like
it's more
either that or we go
pleasant.
straight.
It's light. It's like
We go straight for the butthole too.
No.
We go straight for the butthole.
No, punani.
No, yeah.
even Tom says it. You know what? All those in favor of changing it used to be sucking fat titties and touch tips. Now, from now on, I just want a good handshake, and you look in the other man's eyes and you go, Punan.
Yeah.
That's our new greeting.
I like that.
All right.
Okay.
Let's talk about Sanfords.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You want to start?
Sure.
All right. Here we go. 1, 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
Hey.
Dom's here, the Sanford one.
All
birthday, come on.
The Sanford one.
My
Yes.
thing's not working.
We'll have to get you a new one of those.
Ooh, jeez, it's a little weak.
I know.
That thing almost sounds like a little punani.
Hey, now we get it. All right.
got it.
Dom.
Yes.
Good to see you, man. How you been?
You guys too. I feel like it's been forever. I guess I've been on tour and I've been.
How'd tour go?
You guys were on tour. Yeah. It's like a full month, right?
Yeah. So I think since I've seen you guys, we've been to Texas and Colorado, and we've been up the East Coast. So the just most recent one, we went all the way up to New Hampshire, where we played with Stephen Marley.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a man
And,
that knows the punani.
He didn't remember us, but his tour manager remembered us, so that's good. That's good enough for me.
Yeah. There's a memory thing with the Marley Association.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's starting to happen to me a little bit.
Yeah, I think I have it too.
So he actually did a full night of covers of his dad's music, and it was radical, dude. Steven is great. He really
Out of
is.
all of the Marley members, I'll say it like that, there are some that seem to take on his vocal qualities, and there's some that have sort of their own thing.
With Steven, literally, if you
Where
close your
does he
eyes,
stand?
He's awesome, dude.
Yeah, because some you can hear.
Yeah.
I think Ziggy kind of had a little bit of it too, where you'd hear him and you'd be like, "Oh, that's like."
Sure.
I
I mean, they're all great, dude.
Yeah,
you know, it passed down for
Junior
sure.
Gong.
Yeah, I love Damien. He's
How
amazing.
many of his sons do?
Well, it's not
music?
just sons. It's
Or
like
daughters?
sons and sons of sons and
Yeah.
daughters.
How
and,
many of his
and-
kids?
They're all milking that Marley tea.
I would be too, though.
Oh, absolutely.
And I would be tough Gong for life,
Yeah.
repping the brand
Absolutely.
everywhere I go.
Just like the Sublime Kid, I'd be all over that, bro.
Yeah.
I would be like, what took you guys so long to get me in here?
Yeah, Jacob. Yeah,
Because I
Yeah.
think he's in his 30s at this point. I mean, he's
he's
up.
got to be close.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure at the beginning there was like maybe the band and Rome. Well, you know, I don't know if they have a contract with them.
funny?
Well, you know what's cool about Jacob is he had his own thing going, like the whole
Yeah,
time.
Jacob's Castle's good.
I mean,
That's a good record.
It's not even just that he had a few things before Jacob's Castle. We've been playing off and on with him for years and years and years, doing his own thing, which is very commendable because he wasn't suckling on the Noel Teat. He was actually trying to be his own person. But now, dude, it's a perfect fit. It really is.
All
you
we
know.
wanted
He's
was
great.
this, though.
But maybe
You know,
that's.
like,
but
I
maybe
wanted him.
I think
the
you
son.
hit the nail on the head. In order for it to happen, and I do believe in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
He had, in order for him to even maybe achieve a level of confidence that he would need to slide into a Bradley,
Sure.
shoes.
Yeah.
He went out, he did his own thing, which I think does give you that confidence to do it. It wasn't the right time, right? I don't think it was.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have, you don't just immediately slide in there.
Sure.
And then think of all of you guys, they're in that world, right? That like, it does matter to you if he, paid his debts,
Right.
or has his reps, right?
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah.
So he gets instantly more respect to doing it that way than he would have if he just, did the teat.
And he's a talented kid.
Yeah, he is.
He really is.
Yeah.
Like now that me and Daniel have gone off on our own for 10 years, if radio wants us back and is willing to pay us,
Come on, stroke the check, baby.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
stipulations is we'd have to do exactly the same schedule and exactly the same things we're doing now.
Yeah,
which
and
is
same amount of money.
and same amount of money. Which
Yeah, little more.
It's impossible.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Oh, God.
I just want to know
Why?
who's going to outlast here. Am I going to be sitting here with Daniel's daughter eventually, or
Oh, I don't think our
No.
kids have anything to do with this garbage. Yeah. Oh no. My daughter, no, Maisie does like it. Like May does like talking. Like she's like, oh yeah, I'll come in and.
She seems like an adult child. Yeah,
She
is that the deal?
It's the only child thing. It's
Uh-huh.
they call them New York lonely girls or New York lonely boys.
Yeah.
You know, they're like,
She's so responsible and hardworking. I
Sure.
mean, it is insane.
well, she's a little mad at you and I because we had her come in that one day to kind of straighten up and everything, and
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, but you never asked me to be on the air.
oh,
And I
okay,
think
well-
she thought that she was gonna get some get to do
Airtime.
like a segment or something.
well, that's what I wanted her to do one.
Well, she can.
Yeah.
But she-
Do you
Bring
have her
back
in here?
Okay.
Like, do
I
you,
would-
do you interview her and stuff like that once in a while?
We
or-
interviewed all the kids.
that
Yeah,
right?
we brought
Yeah.
them all in here, put them on the couch.
We did
and
for
talked to 'em.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
We'll do
It's
it again
fun.
this
We're gonna
year.
do it again
That's
this year. Yeah, it's
hilarious.
our Thanksgiving.
And you guys have your chicks in here too, yeah? Like,
yeah, we gotta have the
Yeah.
moms in here.
How does
Yeah,
that go? Do
I
you-
like that you said chicks.
Yeah. You know what? You're earning so many more points today. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah,
I
Mike-
gotta be honest with you guys. I definitely roasted a bone outside.
Oh,
and,
we
and
can
I
smell
feel
it.
I feel really good.
Yeah, we can smell our whole. This it smells like a
Well,
dispensary.
I feel terrific, actually. Yeah.
I thought I was
Thank
a
you.
true lead for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Every time you come in here, I never assume that you haven't roasted a bone.
No, I'm feeling good for sure. Plus, you know what? The
I
boss
never
is in
like
here too, so I can let my hair down a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I get it. I get it, man.
So let's talk about roasted bones. Let's talk about Back to the Future Day because that's why you came in
Yeah,
today.
man. We got to get the word out on this.
So it's today, and you're doing.
Yeah, if you're hearing this right now, just drop what you're doing and drive straight to West End.
Yeah.
Well, a
and
lot of people are probably on their way there now.
I hope
you
so.
know? Yeah.
So,
So-
it's the 40th year anniversary since the original Back to the Future came out,
Right.
and you're celebrating that at the West End by showing the original movie.
Right.
Nice.
And also, you have a DeLorean.
We have a DeLorean on site tonight. Yes.
Okay, and it's in the West End courtyard.
It's in the Wild West End courtyard.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and
So you can take your photo ops,
Right.
you know, like
Sure.
go down there and,
you can't
dress
get in
up.
it though, right?
So so the whole thing is free tonight. To
Oh,
come
nice.
and
Okay.
show up. If you want to take a photo by the DeLorean, yes, it's free. But we have an upgraded VIP package where you can actually get inside the DeLorean.
Oh, okay. That's what I want.
Hey.
And then with that VIP package, you get like a T-shirt, you get VIP seating in the front row of the the venue and stuff like that for the deal.
That's cool.
Has the DeLorean turned from the worst idea to the most famous car? Is there any other car that's close to that?
The General Lee.
But that's only because of the paint job.
What about Knight Rider?
No.
No, but
DeLorean.
only, yeah. Because DeLorean, you don't even need any
Wait,
of the
I got
flux
it.
capacitor
I got
on
it.
it.
I got the ones you pee on, the Teslas, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Tesla. Not,
Yeah, you don't pee on that car?
no,
A Nazi-mobile?
Yeah, I love my Nazi-mobile. Oh, my God.
It drives itself.
Oh, my God.
Boy,
It's
oh,
great.
boy.
It's
great.
worth it.
You got to know German to get
Yeah.
the commands. but-
So where are we at? Are we
Okay.
are we disliking Elon at this point? Or
Oh, I've never
You're
liked him.
bringing this
I'm-
up.
Are we
we're
back
not-
to liking him
We're not talking
now?
about that. We're talking about the car.
We're gonna bring on the Elon Musk.
This guy's doing politics over here. I'm not doing that.
Oh, we should
It's
do
a
a show.
car.
Talking politics.
I'm
with
only
Dom.
saying that because I'm thinking to myself, oh, these goons in the message board are gonna hate me now. Cause I
No,
said
they're
it's
not.
a
They're not
Tesla.
gonna. No, they don't. They don't love Teslas. They're not Tesla guys.
All right. Something tells me that some of your fans are a little on the.
Oh, that'll help you.
Yeah.
This is the bone dog.
when he roasts a boat, he loses
This is
his
the
mind.
bone dog.
My God, what kind of
Paul's driving down here right now to
No,
rip
stop,
out of
stop,
here.
no.
what kind
He's
of boat are
like,
you roasting out
he's like,
there? Sodium pentothal.
promote the goddamn Back to the Future. Quit
Hey.
talking about this.
Goons, I love you guys, man. Seriously, don't you worry.
Some of those goons
okay.
spend money in West End.
So, is it gonna have the doodads on it like the movie, or just a?
I think so.
Is it
I
a
think,
stock?
I think so.
DeLorean?
I think it's a
Replica.
a little
Back
more
to
of
the
a
Future.
like a prop.
Well,
kind of
no
car, yeah.
good DeLorean. Okay, if you own a DeLorean,
because you need the flux capacitor.
if
on
you
the back.
own the DeLorean and
Yeah.
you don't have doodads on it, or at
Yeah.
least removable doodads that you can put in the trunk,
You're blowing it.
then you
Yeah.
don't deserve the car.
No.
Because like, what's the point of owning a DeLorean with no
There-
flux capacitor doodads?
There's a lot of DeLorean owners that
No.
don't like a rum stock. They don't
Oh,
like. They don't
get
even
outta
like
here.
Back to the Future. They're like mad at it
Get out of here.
because it
No.
it makes
Take them away.
because everybody just
You're
associates.
making a mockery of my vehicle.
Everybody associates the DeLorean with that. Anyway, so you can watch the original Back to the Future tonight.
Yeah, in a
and
group
then
setting where
take
everybody's having a
picture.
good time, having a couple beers and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Can you bring your kids?
Yeah.
Why do you got to be that guy always? This
I
guy
wanna
brought
bring
his
my
kids
kids.
to a Newfound Glory concert, and everybody around him is
They're-
like, "Get them out of here!"
No, they're a
Yeah.
kids band. Dom knows.
Oh yeah, Newfound Glory, biggest kids band in the world. They're just like Yo Gabba Gabba.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
I'm sure we wouldn't toss them out if some kids showed up and wanted to take pictures with the DeLorean and stuff like that, with their
Okay.
family and stuff like that. Plus, like I said, it's in the Wild West courtyard, so up until 9 o'clock Wild West, anyways, it's all ages.
I do
Okay.
like that though. I will say
Yeah.
that I don't support it, and I don't think you should do it. But if it's happening, I enjoy it. When the kid wants to take a picture with the DeLorean, and the person's like, "Rules are rules. You get the hell out of here."
Yeah.
I enjoy
Yeah.
that.
We
It's a
actually
level of
we would be
exclusivity
stoked
that I don't normally
that the
get.
kids want to take a picture with the DeLorean. Like, thank you for understanding culture. Thank you for
Yeah.
culturing your children. Very nice of you.
Yeah,
Good work.
Thanks for
Good on
showing
you.
them quality movies.
Absolutely. Like we watched Jaws the other day. 50 years, bruh. That movie is 50 years old. Can you believe that?
Yeah, when I put it on, I'm like, my eyes.
Oh my
like, give me
lord!
something digital.
I just feel like an old man watching it now
Yeah, let's talk about
with my young wife. It's great.
Back to the Future.
These- another, you know what? I'm gonna give him another Chuck mark.
That's
The
why.
bones. When you are on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bone, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Dom on a bone is a new segment we're doing.
Yeah.
She legit was like, I don't remember Jaws at all. I saw it one time.
Oh, that's good. That means how do I say that? I want to
Let's
be
talk
polite.
about having a young wife.
Oh, it's gotta be great.
Yeah.
Back in the year 2000 when I was a teenager still.
Now, see, here's the thing. I used to have a young wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
Yeah. That's
Not anymore. You've never had a young wife. Yeah, Dom and Dan. Dom and Dan. True or not true? Don't beat me up. Don't beat me up. It's the meanest thing I've ever said to him.
That was pretty mean.
His wife has always been older than him, even when they were 16.
Really?
Yeah. She's a year older. than
Yeah,
me.
it doesn't matter.
Well, technically,
he's never had a young wife.
she's my same age right now, but in like next week she'll be.
Yep. Her
the-
birthday's coming up. I'm
But-
not going to say her age.
Anyway, so let's talk Back to the Future, and let's talk about my favorite part of Back to the Future, which I
Ghost job.
I literally have fantasies about
The
what
mom.
No,
Banging the mom.
No, why would you say that?
And they're
No,
making
no.
everybody in all the photos disappear.
No.
I would do that too. And you know what I would do? I'd be
No,
banging
come
the
on.
mom. Here's what I'd do, Dom.
That's your own mom.
I'd be banging my own mom and then looking at the picture at the same time to watch them disappear as I bang my mom.
Heavy.
It's called the ultimate back to the orgasm.
Heavy.
Like, as disgusting as it sounds, this is a popular category.
Very It's like number 2.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, it's number 2, number 3.
Anyway, it's a sports almanac, and so I often think
You are a Biff. You are one. You know what?
Call me Castleberry Biff.
Somebody photoshopped Tom as Castleberry Biff, and I will print the shirts myself. I'll do it myself.
Castleberry Beth.
In fact, I'll take it to Sunshine State.
yes,
I'll
please.
take it to the Threads.
Do it.
I'll print them myself down there with Paul and Dom.
That's funny.
So I thought like what because I remember I was seeing Back to the Future as a kid and I didn't understand gambling and like how he got rich off of the sports almanac, but now I
So
do.
you were too dumb to. I knew what they were doing.
I was young, or you were old already. I was a baby when
Okay,
I
I
watched it.
deserve that.
Wait, are we talking? We're talking 2 here. We're talking Back to the Future 2, right?
With the sports almanac.
That's when he gets the almanac. It's 2.
Ah, is it 2? Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
because that's when Biff becomes Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Becomes
I
president.
mean, he does kind of become Donald Trump. Yeah, you got
Kinda.
the hair and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of.
The sports almanac. So then I was like, if you got the sports almanac, I believe you would eventually be killed.
Oh, it's
Like,
Okay, so Sports Almanac in Back to the Future 2 is like Bitcoin on a flash drive in your pocket now.
Sure.
Because you know how like crypto people are being kidnapped and murdered now?
Sure.
well,
So you're saying he'd be a target?
you'd be a target for so many reasons, but it would mess up the whole market so much that someone would, I think, execute you because, or like, you know what I'm saying, or try to figure out, because they would be like somehow this one person's group, because you'd have to get a group to even bet that much, you know, you like, and then people would think you were like doing something, either scamming or inside info.
Okay. He's bringing
you'd be
up
arrested.
something I
You'd
can
be
help.
arrested too.
If you're confused, I can help you.
No,
I've always
I
thought
get
about
it.
this. Like,
You
let's-
just have to do it once in a while, and you'd have to do, you know, some elevated bets.
you have to be careful.
But that's
Yeah.
not how you get to Biff.
You know, I thought about this.
the leader of the world.
If you boil this down to
The
like,
future.
you know, the old trope of like guy who goes back to the future but has a lighter in his pocket and he's in a village and he uses the lighter and then the people think he's got magic.
Yeah.
And then
They kill him.
I have always thought they were going to kill me. Like if I'm in that scenario, I've always thought that they'd just be like I give them a little more credit than I think most people do. And I'm like, they're going to realize that that's a device and they're going to chop my head off.
Maybe we're talking like a hot tub time machine scenario where it's not just one thing. Maybe he took the seed money from some of his winnings and then
Okay.
invested into Microsoft or something.
That's also an underrated movie. I feel like.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
and
I like
anything
that
John
movie.
Cusack. Love John Cusack.
Yeah. You could actually make.
Didn't he kill somebody? John Cusack?
I don't know.
Like-
no, that was Matthew Broderick, right? Didn't he run over somebody? I love those stories. I love. one of
Why
my
would you
favorite-
love that? Why
No,
would you
like
say
I
that?
love the stories of the big celebrity, like that really hot Noxema girl ran over a kid too and ruined her life. I love the stories of you got it all, and you're just driving down the
No,
road
I
in your
hate
Jeep
that.
and
That's
you run
scary.
over somebody
You're
and then
just,
you.
that one text just couldn't
Yeah,
wait.
and you lose it all.
And you
yeah,
lost
lose
it all.
all that
You
knocks
took
I
your
didn't
eyes
think
off
about
the
that.
prize.
I was like, man, one mistake
Yeah.
and you like kind of ruin your life.
Okay, so Just Jen says yes. Matthew Broderick killed somebody in Ireland. Yeah, he ran over somebody.
Oh, gee.
I don't love those stories. I'm screwing around. But
How
yeah,
much of an accident?
I
was
am
it?
a bit obsessed with.
Oh wait,
the-
that's Ferris Bueller.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah. You had a
yeah.
couple pints and that happened because then
I like that you said that. That's on brand.
Yeah. Dom, what else is going on coming up? I know it's it's July, so we got summertime, but the food truck fest are they taking a break?
So food trucks are on hiatus right now. Our street's getting torn up, but it's actually good news for us in the long run. The street's having all the sewers repaired, and then the street is getting so it's getting leveled out. So for our festivals and stuff, the terrain is going to be a lot more
wow.
less treacherous. And
Hell
then,
yeah.
Of course, we're going to have electrical boxes that are put ever so often as well, so we can kind of take the noise down from some of the generators from food trucks and things like that. And just for our festivals and our street closers in particular. It's just going to be a lot more. It's going to be beautified. They're going to put the cool lighting over the bistro, lighting over the street and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's just going to look pretty sweet
Upgrades.
down there. Definitely some upgrades. The city of Sanford's taking care of, the businesses and stuff down there. So it's great.
So for Sofa and Suds this year, are we gonna have a smooth
Absolutely.
race course?
Yes.
No more like cobblestone.
Right. Well, it's still going to be cobblestone, but it's going to be all even.
all even.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's brick or whatever, but it's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
all even and cleaned up. Super nice. So this year's going to be
Who's
terrific.
in charge of that? I don't want to. You got to take the bricks out, level,
Oh,
put them
dude,
back in. No, sir.
You don't live downtown before?
You know,
you
my
never had
wife-
to watch that happen for 6 months at a time?
No, I haven't. But
Right. When I lived on Summerlin, it was man. It
That's rough.
takes forever.
good thing.
but it does look so
Good thing.
It does look good.
It looks like, because I am a big fan of the brick. I just think it looks really, really cool.
I couldn't stand it. I hated it.
No, every time I drive on it, I hate it. But when I
It's
look
brutal.
at it, I'm
But
like,
you look
this
at
is
it,
the way it should look.
it's pleasing. It looks great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole using it, there's probably a reason why there's asphalt and stuff nowadays.
yeah.
Yeah.
Smoother surfaces.
Well, it's a good thing that county construction workers work fast. So
Yeah, they're
you're
quick.
gonna-
They have nothing to worry
They're
about. It's in
known-
good hands.
They're known
good
for their
hands, you got
speed. You
nothing
see
to
what I'm
worry
saying?
about.
Like you don't have to ever worry about a county construction worker wasting any time. They get to work early and stay late. That's what I say.
Yeah. First one in, last one out.
County. Anyway, anything else coming up, Dom? That,
So we just,
wanna talk about?
for the summer, we got a bunch of shows in the venue. We have this great poster of 5 Billion Dead and Gargamel, and it's done in AI. And you got to see the one of Chuck. It looks so funny, dude. He looks like a wrestler. It's great.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. But like I said, we have a ton of shows every weekend. If you come to the venue, we've more than likely have live music, or we got karaoke throughout the entire summer. For July 4th on Friday, we've got Fayuca coming in. It's a free show. If you haven't seen Fayuca before, they're a great reggae rock band from Arizona.
Cool.
They got some deep roots in the reggae scene for 20 years, kind of like we do. So, and that's a free show. And like I said, we just have a ton of stuff. We've got comedy. We've got that Officer Udi guy. Is it Udi?
Yeah. I think we might be talking to.
Or is it Eddie? Is it Udi? Eddie?
Officer Eddie? I don't know. I didn't get that far. I know I was trying to set up an interview. I thought it was Officer Eddie. I could be wrong.
It's just spelled weird because it's EUDY.
Yeah,
so
but
I don't know.
I think it's Officer Eddie. But yeah,
Is it a band?
comedian.
That's comedian. Yeah. And we've got actually. I've got a promoter that's been coming in lately, bringing a lot of comedy shows in. So if you like comedy, check out our schedule because we definitely have a lot of stuff coming through.
It's a good room too.
We got Head PE coming in next month in August.
Is that I feel so alive?
No, that's maybe it is. I don't know.
No, Head PE was a different. No,
Head PE is more like a rap rock.
Yeah, they were good.
yeah.
Hold on, I gotta pull. Now,
Yeah, Head PE's got
you're
some
gonna
good tunes
Make me pull up Head PE.
for sure.
So Dom, when you're on tour, is it when's the last time Supervillains went on tour? Was it the last?
So for
Couple
the
of
past few years, we've just been going to Colorado and Texas over and over again, and of course keeping to the Southwest and stuff like that. After COVID, we had some definite issues with our transportation because going a year without shows, we basically lost our transportation because we couldn't pay for it.
Yeah.
So now we've actually got a deal going with our good friends over at Giant Recreation World over in Winter Garden.
Okay.
Love me some Giant Recreation World. These dudes are the best. They rent out their vehicles. They rent out RVs as well as they sell them next door.
Nice.
But yeah, ever since we've had a partnership with them, it's been a lot easier to get out there and to make it happen.
Because you can also get the right size vehicle too, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
You're dialing it in and not getting something too big or something too small.
Right, it's exactly right. So we have something that definitely fits our needs. But dude, they got them all. Like sometimes once in a while, I'll call Tom over there and I'll say, "Hey, me and the wife want to go away for the weekend, and we'll get a 2-person small tiny RV." That is so perfect. It's got a little bed and a little kitchen and all
Hell
that
yeah.
good
Oh,
stuff.
I want to deal with
He's
it.
a
it's
better
the best.
businessman than you. We don't
it's
even
the
have
best.
this. Hold on, will you talk to me after the show
Well,
about
let's
this?
just say
I'm
that.
down bad.
Absolutely,
This
dude.
is-
I
yeah.
guarantee
Get outta
you.
here.
I guarantee you, Giant Rec guys would love to be involved with.
Well,
Tom
let's
and
do
Dick.
something
Yeah,
then, Dom.
because I love camping.
I didn't know you had a deal.
Oh, it's the
with
best,
them.
dude.
All
Like
right.
me and Brianna, once in a while, we'll just take it and we'll go to the coast and we'll just post up. Even though we live at the beach, we'll go somewhere where it's not our house and we'll just post up for the weekend
Because
right on
it
the
feels
water.
like a vacation.
Yeah,
it does.
yeah,
It's
yeah. It
great.
does.
It's great.
Yeah, that was the number one reason why my dad, like, I was raised like on travel trailers and RVs and like that. I've been camping more than anything I've ever done, like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
fun.
Sure.
And I think it was because my dad could pull his little camper to Beverly Beach and sit there and watch the surfers and watch
It's
me
the
surf
best.
and just hang
Yeah.
out. And literally, it costs nothing.
And you're in an
Uh,
RV. And
well, it costs
so
a little bit,
A
but-
raccoon won't get you in the middle of the night.
True.
You know, which
got
is
air
great.
conditioning. Mom's not bitching. She can drink
No
her
bugs.
wine.
Where
Yeah,
they
Yeah,
at?
you can fry
Recreation
fish
World?
outside. Smells good inside.
Giant Recreation World's out in Winter Garden. It's on 50 all the way down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Recreation World.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we'll talk.
I think
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my father purchased his last camper there.
I will
All
most
right.
definitely swap some
Okay.
contacts.
Yeah,
For
we would very appreciate it.
The best.
Well, Dom, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you guys for sure. Thanks for having us. Like I said, drinkatweston.com or westonvenue.com to look at our schedule. Events start back up pretty soon. October, we got our Gumbo Wars where we're doing our gumbo sampling
Ooh,
again.
I'm coming to that this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be even more elevated this year with even more gumbo. Last year was great. It worked out so well that they want to bring it back. So we're
Nice.
doing it again this year. And then of course, we got you guys coming for your Bad at Business Fest, and we've got the
Sofas
Sofas
and
and
Suds.
Suds.
Yeah,
should be good.
That's
to wrap up the year.
November 22nd, November 23rd. So just mark your calendars. Always the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Correct.
For the
And-
next couple weeks, that's my life is getting all that all squared away.
Yeah,
and all that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So
it's a lot.
And
But-
our food trucks will start back up most likely in August, but if not August, then September. For definitely we'll be back.
Cool.
And we got themes for the rest of the year. We got battles for the rest of the year with the food trucks. So we'll have 50 plus trucks there with you guys got to maybe come and judge again and get fed.
Yeah, that'd be
down.
fun.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be
sure.
really, really fun. Also, I'm sure Paul would want us to mention the wellness aspect of.
Oh, dude, have you guys been down
we
there
have
yet?
not, but I just want to make sure I hit it because I know I shared something he put up there about these like midday meditations.
Sure.
Which are awesome. Like I do them in the morning, I do them at night.
Right.
A midday one might help my day, but
So right now we're doing Wednesdays. We have with Ty. His name is Tai Chi. He's a Tai Chi guy, but his name is actually Tai. Super great guy. On Wednesdays we're doing that. We got Zumba classes happening, I believe, on Tuesdays right now for the Will Soul Wellness guys. That's what the business is called, Will Soul Wellness. They've got a whole ton of things over there for your health in one building. So I would check that out as well.
Looks
if you get
very,
some
very
time
cool.
if you're over
It's
there in
exciting.
Sanford. Yeah.
all right, we will see you tomorrow.
awesome. We're still on Twitch and YouTube. But I will put us on hold.
Those guys are the best.
Let me put on some music, guys. We're not gonna run it for an hour, are we? Or yeah.
love you, goons.
He
Probably
should be
not.
he should be coming in soon. He's coming in early.
Oh yeah, we're starting early. Okay, guys, hold. We're gonna do a scene change, and we will be back with a Friday Free Show. So please hold.
It's a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You cracker ass motherfuckers.
Z159 FM. O-Town's #1 rock station, Z159 FM. Right. Your only home for the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge Morning Show and Dump 'em Out Fridays.
Oh yeah, a hot tub and mini fridge. Keep me cold and hot.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Squirt. Squirt who? Squirt is P, you dumb rednecks.
Right about now, you are listening to the incredible
A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, who kindly remind you that squirt is P.
Hey, that is still good meat on that fucking fish, kid.
Heart of my heart, I love you. Life would be naught without you. Light of my life, my darling, I love you. I love you. I can forget you never. From you I ne'er can sever. Say you'll be mine forever. I love you.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25. And yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes. So ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude honey.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, everybody. It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the ouch couch, as we
What is that?
we
Never
used to
said
call
that.
it the ouch couch when we had fat people sit on it.
Oh, all right.
That is what we called it. Ask the chat room if it was called the ouch couch. It was. Called the
No,
ouch-
that's a you in the chat room thing. You
No,
got
no,
your
no,
little
no,
jokes.
no.
You're making fun of the guests.
We had like Big Tim Murphy and 2 other blobs on there.
On
We
one couch, on this couch
on that couch.
together?
Yeah, and we called it the ouch couch.
Oh my gosh, I'm surprised it's still standing over here.
It, like,
By the
if
way,
you
chat
go,
room.
if you go grab that left arm is loose. It'll fall right off, that left arm of the couch.
If when you make these comments about our guests, sometimes I see them lean over and
Yeah.
start reading the chat room. I'm like, no, don't read it.
there
I'm gonna have to watch them read it.
Have you guys ever cleaned this couch? Now that I think
Yes.
about it, really?
Yes, we have.
Really?
Yes, the carpet guy cleaned that couch. Yeah, it's been cleaned twice.
You've had this couch a long
It's
time.
been cleaned twice.
Yeah.
The carpet's been cleaned twice too. We don't look, Buster. We don't fuck around in here, man.
Yeah, you do.
we do not fuck around.
That's basically your whole show. You fuck around for 10 years.
You know, a little applause for a nerd can finally say the F word. Yeah, little
Yeah.
applause. Little baby can finally say fuck.
I'm over 40. I'm an
Okay.
adult.
I like that.
I'm an
Hold on.
adult man.
Calm.
Calm, everyone, calm the fuck down.
Bill Cosby's free.
So is Diddy.
Did
Did you see that? Oh my God.
Maybe they'll be
don't
roomies.
talk
Maybe they
about
can be
it.
Oh, that'd
roomies.
be awesome.
Anyway, so John Bustakers.
Hey,
right?
hey. How are you?
Good to see you, Bus. We've missed you, dude.
Thanks.
So we're going to talk about the JustCallMo.com skate event,
Yeah.
and that's happening next
It's a
Saturday.
skate-a-thon.
Skate-a-thon.
You get it wrong every
That's
fucking
all right.
time.
That's
it's
all right.
skate.
That's
he
his
doesn't want
MO.
to say
That's his
skate-a-thon.
MO.
No, skate-a-thon to him is corny. He's got to call it the moto is a skate-a-thon. I guess say thon.
So that's Cimarron Skateway. Mo DeWitt is renting the Cimarron Skateway for 2 hours. You have to register at justcallmo.com/skate. Fill out the waiver before you get there.
Please
So-
do. It'll save you time. That way you're not sitting there on your phone trying
Yeah.
to fill out a
Yeah.
waiver.
You can do it online. It's
Takes 2 seconds.
yeah, less than 2 seconds. Well, not less than 2,
So-
but like 7 seconds.
There's a possibility we could reach capacity.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think we are.
I've been told capacity is 1,200 people.
Yeah.
And we
That's a
have
lot.
I know it is. I know it is.
Or 1 ounce couch.
But we have roughly about 950 people have said they're on the way. They're coming.
But how many are goddamn liars? Right? I
Or
hate
bots.
those people.
950 people.
How do you
RSVP'd?
handle that? How do you guys handle that? That's where if I were Mo standing at Fun Spot and I said, 900 and I am sitting at 750, I'm going to fuck your ass now. I'm going to get all you we're not fucking around
I'd rather
here.
have more people there than nobody show up. So I'd
that's
rather it be
true.
a madhouse.
Yeah,
too.
well, that's what I'm questioning. 900.
I want no
even
room
900
to skate. No room to skate. We're elbow
Exactly.
to elbow. We can't even move. We're like, my skates are shoes now. Now I'm wearing shoes.
I've seen Tom and Dan fans, but they ain't all skating.
No.
How dare you?
Wow.
I've seen them.
You know what?
Okay.
That's gonna
Weak knees,
That's
big
gonna,
bellies.
That's gonna cost you a couple slip and falls. I'm gonna tell you.
They ain't gonna catch me. They
Yeah,
can't
right?
catch-
That's gonna cost you a couple
Oh,
slip
you
and
mean
falls.
they ain't calling?
Yeah.
No, they'll call Mo.
They'll
Mo
call
knows
Mo,
that.
but they'll hate you in their heart.
Fat fingers, though. I mean, they're probably dialing several numbers.
So,
God, this guy's got the goods today. Old Bus is back. Fucking Old Bus Decker's back, man. The old Frisbee in the field Bus
There
Decker.
you go.
Orlando Sentinel Bus
Mo
Decker.
called me before this started. I don't know what he wanted. He probably said, "Don't
need
say
to call
anything
him?
bad about the
You need
listeners."
to call him?
No, I texted. He said everything's good.
Are we going to talk about how you're...
don't talk about their fat listeners.
Whatever you do, don't talk about their obese listeners. This is coming from the Chicken Parm Kid.
So I've never done this before in my entire career.
Anal sex.
Said I love you to your kids.
Yeah.
No,
He'll do it to
Oh,
them.
good.
He won't do it to
yeah.
anyone else.
I won't do anything. Ride or die. That's how people throw that out.
Well,
Anyway.
you're supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to put an emphasis on the die.
So I started backing off on this whole me and Busdecker skate challenge next Saturday.
Oh, I forgot about that. I should be trained. Maybe I should be training
You
for
know,
this.
I forgot about that too. You don't need to train. You're an excellent skater.
I haven't been in a while. I almost went the other night, but got a little late.
And I am in the best shape of my life right now.
Congrats.
No big deal.
Well, let me ask, are you in the best shape of your life, or were you in the best shape of your life as a young man, and now you're in the best shape that you can get of your
Well,
life?
I'm in the best shape of my old man life.
Because I would argue, because he loves to do this to me, and I get shit for not sticking up. I don't like. They're like, Daniel doesn't argue because he's a pussy. It's like, no, Daniel doesn't argue sometimes because he doesn't care. But I'm going to step in here and say that I think a young Tom Van without the Ron Jeremy drag foot, whatever, you got the limp cock foot. Without your limp cock foot, that you're better than. But this is the best you've been able to get in modern times.
You're right.
Yes. I've never gotten a you're right.
And I've starting to notice some things here and there.
Your boners look better, don't they? Big ass boners. Have you seen him with a shirt off?
I thought you were going to say, have you seen his boner? I'm like, no.
No, he looks excellent with a shirt off, which leads me to believe he's got a bigger boner.
Here's the thing. I recently, especially going to Max's breakdancing class, with
a boner? Jesus.
I was watching because I like to watch them breakdance, and then
The little kids?
and
Yeah.
then think to myself, no, the
Like,
adult,
how many
there's
of these
adults
kids
there.
can I fit in a van?
There's adults there, and then they're doing these moves, and I'm
It's hard to grab the windmill ones.
and I'm like, I know I can't do what they're doing, but I could maybe get close. Like I could be in this class.
But they
and-
call you Stiffman.
and
Why
then-
don't you do the class then?
So then,
I'm anti that, by the way.
Dancing?
No, I'm
Like a
anti.
Footloose?
This guy's always up his kid's ass. He needs to let them have
Oh,
something
yeah,
that's theirs.
that's true. That's
some
true.
ownership of their own.
I don't even have kids, and I know that.
So-
Yeah, come on. That's step one.
one of the teachers just said, like, hey, start off with this basic move where you sit down flat with your feet out.
I can do that.
And then put your hands next to yourself right there, and then just lift your butt off the floor and lift your
Can't
feet
do
off
that.
the floor.
Arms are too short.
Okay, well,
I can't do it.
So I looked at that and I was like, oh, that's an easy basic, and me and Max could do that together when we get home as like a
Bonding.
whatever.
Bonding.
And then I was in my mind 100% positive that I could do this. I would have bet my feet.
And that's like up
Oh
there.
my God, you have
If
a gambling problem.
If you speak Tom, though, if you speak Tom,
That's a high bet.
If you speak Tom, the foot bet goes back. I mean, correct me on this. 18 years, maybe. I mean, radio days. This guy's been betting his feet. That's when you knew. If he said, "I'll bet my fucking feet," that's how you knew that he's being serious.
I was not even close to being able to do this. In fact, in my mind, I was like, holy, this is impossible. I will never be able to do this. I'll die without being able to do this. I could not do it, even close. And then I was like, man, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am.
Oh my God.
Breakdancing. What are you trying to do?
Maybe you're not as good as you think you are.
Sit
I
on the
concur.
floor and just lift. I was like, I'm strong enough. I could work out. And then I could not even. And all the kids were doing it. The breakdance.
Yeah,
teacher.
my
They
arms-
also they weigh like 50 pounds. Those kids.
My
But
arms,
not the breakdance.
my
teacher.
arms don't reach the floor.
I don't think I could do it.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I
yeah.
sit on
It's
the floor,
hard.
my arms reach like right at my belt line.
Anyway,
Maybe you should stick to square dancing.
so then I imagine myself embarrassing myself in front of my sons and all the other
daily,
kids.
daily.
How many fake scenarios do you go through daily?
Because I was
A
gonna,
lot, right?
I was gonna race Busdecker, and I was gonna get a head start. But even with the head
I
start,
don't understand why you get a head start.
Yeah, because
you're
you know how to
you're
skate.
so fit. You're in such good shape.
No,
Maybe
you-
I should be
you
getting the
play
head
Best
start.
shape of his life.
I know. I've heard.
you
I've heard.
play amateur dad hockey
It's
or
true.
whatever the
Played
hell.
last
Really
night.
MVP?
No.
And I've seen the videos
Yeah.
of you
This
roller
guy's
skating.
good.
You're doing backward. You're doing
You know,
sliding
you
along.
can do something that I feel like if you're a northern dad, you can do something that I feel like all northern dads should know how to do, and that's skate up to a bully and spray ice on it. If you can spray
do
ice
that.
on, I know you can.
Yeah.
And it's way up there for me as far as like if you like the fact that you can do that. So many points in my house. Like,
Okay.
I'm like that's badass.
All right.
Anyway, so then I was like, I don't think I could beat Busdecker even with a lead. And
How stiff are you?
I haven't been on quad skates in 30 plus years.
didn't
Like, since
try?
I was like 10 years old, maybe. I was like
Oh, you're gonna
Well, why
take a
didn't-
hard
33
fall.
years.
Well, why didn't you step out your front door and practice a little bit? It's right outside your door. You could have walked up there every afternoon.
Yeah, you do live nearby.
You literally could have stepped one foot out, they'll put a skate on, another foot out.
Yeah. You know, it's like Tyson, and the passion's not in there.
No,
Didn't even try.
Yeah, I
Didn't
know.
even
It's like,
try.
hey, Dan, do a buddy call. I'm like, you're out of your goddamn
He just
mind.
wanted a payday.
Yeah, no
anyway,
passion.
so register for Moe's, the skate-a-thon.
Are you gonna skate? I'm gonna try.
I am gonna skate,
I'm
yeah.
gonna try to.
Yes.
Even if I have to get one of those little the walkers, you know, because like my doctor
Don't
did
get
say,
that.
Well, my doctor, no, I'm going
They
to.
don't even have that.
I'm going to because my doctor's. I remember bring something, a cane or something, because the doctor was like, "Hey, please don't be falling on that thing. It's really, I did a really good job."
They don't even have those skate walkers.
I don't think they do for adults.
Yeah, but I'm small enough to
That's
be
true.
used a child.
They don't even have it
Fine.
for kids. I've been going to Cimarron Skateway for 8 years, or maybe 6. But anyway, since the boys were
Maybe
real
they
young.
got him in the back.
I've never seen them though. That's the thing. Anyway,
It'll be a fun day. Come out. We're gonna have some prizes too. I talked to Mo. We're gonna do some raffle prizes.
What are you giving away?
Mystery.
Ooh.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, Merchman's gonna be out there.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of.
You know what?
We got a
new stuff.
caricature artist. We got a balloon artist. We got face painters.
I could just do AI pictures of everybody. Come see me. I'll take a picture. I'll print out an AI photo of you. You know what you should give away? A La Crusette Dutch oven.
Okay. Are they a sponsor now or something?
Yeah. No, they're not. But that would be everyone would love La Crusette.
So let's talk about your radio show.
Let's do it.
And so
Brendan was supposed to be here, but he's not here.
he got injured.
Isn't this the one that we got him on? We got him on the air.
Maybe. I think so. No.
I can't remember.
I'm almost positive.
No. So
I'm
wait,
almost positive that
let me go back. Let
Tom
me go
called
back.
Jack.
It's true. It's true.
And Tom, I'm serious.
No.
Tom called Jack and said, "Get these mothers on the air. I know talent."
So a long time ago, Jack actually approached me to do a show for Real Radio because there was an opening on
The
Friday
Boring
nights.
Hour with Mr. Gay.
9 o'clock on a Friday. They had an opening.
It's The Boring Hour with Mr. Gay.
And that's kind of how the concept of me and Brendan got together to do a show. But yes, it's because I was on this show
He's
a
Mr.
lot.
Gay.
All right.
And then I remember a conversation with Jack where I gave my approval to.
Thank you.
I was
Thank
like,
you. You're like the
A lot of people don't
You're
know-
like the Godfather.
A lot of people don't know that most out of the box ideas, Jack will run by you because you've always been the deepest thinker, the out of the box, the Drunky the Bear concept, all of that. You can say what you want to, but that concept, there's never been something more out of the box that Real Radio's ever done. So they put that stuff in front of you. You're a consultant now.
So I saw that I saw Brendan make the announcement that he's no longer with Bungalore.
Nope.
And then with
what?
God, I wish you would have got it right for the last time.
With what? What's he?
Bungalore.
Bungalore.
It was always a stupid name. I couldn't say it.
Bungalore.
Anyway, so then you have to change the name of the show.
Yeah,
Obviously.
rebranded, new show. Obviously still Brendan and I talking about what's happening
Now
in
it's
Orlando.
Bunga in the Junga.
Now
It's Bunga Junga.
So the official title now is the Orlando Shine.
Humunga Bunga Junga.
It's called the Orlando Shine Show because it's Brendan started a new site called the Orlando Shine.
All right, and so
shining a light on Central Florida.
So,
I love that.
And what's the website?
OrlandoShine.com.
Okay,
You can subscribe to the newsletter right now. We're still finishing. I say we. It's still getting finished up to be an actual news site, but you can sign up for the newsletter right now.
There you go.
All right. So
maybe it'll be live today. We'll see.
It's the Orlando Shine
Yes.
Show every Fridays on Real Radio
Yes.
and the podcast.
Yep.
And now, before that, it was going to be Brendan and the Bus.
We did that for 1 week because we had to rebrand it after Brendan got fired from Bungalow.
And then I was like, that's the name. I didn't know it's the Orlando Shine, and you want to, but I like it better when you build
You
yourself.
gotta put your ego on there.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. So, but you also build yourself a prison that you could never sell because your name's on
Also,
it.
you put a huge target on your back too by putting your name in there. It's like, well, why this sucks? Who do we get mad at?
But
those guys.
It's so much better having someone say like, "Are you Tom from Tom and Dan?" And then I'm like, "I am Tom," because they're like, "Oh, it's a bigger deal."
Who's
like,
saying that?
If you
They're out there. They're out there. There's a couple
Really?
of them. Yeah.
Really?
One
You're
of
at
you-
Publix and people are like, "Are you the Tom?"
Brendan's got to become Mr. Shine or something because you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mr. Shine.
Are you Mr. Shine from
Shiny.
the Orlando?
How about Shiny?
I'm sure there's a Mr. Shine out there that Brendan would be happy to be with.
Yeah.
I'm
What if
just
he dressed
saying,
up
it's
like
way
Mr.
better.
Clean? The earring, right? White, tight white V-neck, white pants, very tight. Gay overtones, big bushy white eyebrows, and can eat pussy like a motherfucker.
Or was he?
No,
bi?
gay tendencies.
Oh,
I said
yeah,
gay
yeah,
tendencies.
yeah.
He's not gay, and nobody's gay now. Everybody's fluid, dude. Where have you been?
So how much time we got left? Because
You got some time. You got some time.
So everything.
You got somewhere to go?
Yeah, what do you,
No,
you got a busy Thursday?
Well, I was just looking because I want to do.
You got a surprise guest that's going to come in?
I want to do a couple things. One is I brought back some Swedish candy from Sweden.
Oh, it's going to be terrible.
And,
All European candy is terrible.
Okay, well.
Wow, that is a.
It is.
That is a bold.
Except for the chocolate. I mean, if you're going to give me black
Is that
licorice.
true? See, I've never. Is that a real thing? I have never.
I didn't know that
until you said it, and until he just said it. I didn't. I always thought that European candy across the board was better than North American.
Chocolate's good, but like candy, we'll see.
Okay, all right. So I didn't know this, and of course we talked a lot about the stories of our vacations on Monday's ACT, and then the BDM show this
Yeah.
past Monday's BDM show.
Yeah,
so
I put
if
it
you-
in the best of ACT
So
as
if
well.
you want to hear some
Wow,
of the stories.
best of already.
Well, we run a
No, okay.
companion piece like, that comes out, and everybody can like listen to it. You know,
Oh,
if you
there
want to
you
hear
go.
it all in one spot.
So when I was in Sweden, our host, which by the way, Sweden and Swedish people are the nicest people I've ever met. Like as far as being in a country and having like extreme hospitality and everybody you meet just being overly polite to the
Yeah.
point of like, is this real? Like,
Would you
is
say
that
they're
crazy?
sweet people?
Yeah, I was like,
They're
Swedes
sweet,
are good.
They're sweet people.
And
My favorite porn star back maybe when I in my 20s, Puma Swede. She was Swedish. Puma Swede. Look her up. Very tall blonde. She was like she'd do the Swedish bikini team thing. Puma Swede.
And
God bless you.
Crystal's family we were staying with, which by the way, they gave us their house. Like that's how
You make them
hospitable they
sleep
are.
out back?
They slept in their RV, and they like let it, like we slept in their room.
Did you get at it?
No, come on.
You got
They
to.
said they were
You got
listening.
to.
No, I
You
didn't.
got-
No,
they're not
I was
listening from the
respect-
RV.
They're
They're very open.
They're back at their house. They said they were listening.
What kind of perverts are listening? Like, make sure you listen to hear my bang.
They're very open in Sweden.
Yeah,
those things.
So they anyway, they got me some Swedish candy, and they were like, "Hey, have you heard about the Swedish Candy Challenge?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "This is a thing on
I
the
like
internet
challenges.
where they just have Americans taste Swedish candy and see what they feel." And so I brought it home, put it in my suitcase, and we're
Did you
gonna
mix
try
it up
some.
with your weed candies there? Or, you get us our candies. Next thing you know, me and Busting are making out in the corner. High as kites.
And but before that, me and Daniel have been talking about this Netflix documentary called I forgot the exact name of it, but
it's
the
a
Poop
series.
Cruise.
It's a series called Trainwreck. I think it's
Okay.
it's a Netflix series called Trainwreck, and they got a bunch of them. They've got like. And they're mostly just things that are going horribly wrong, you know. And this one happens to be
Seems like an ongoing series.
the infamous. Was it 2013 Poop Cruise?
Yes, I think so.
Or 03?
I think it was 13.
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, and so it was about the Carnival cruise ship that lost total power. They had a fire in the engine room, and the fire severed all the electrical cables, and then it was just dead in the water. And then they had to pull it with a tugboat back to Mississippi or whatever. It was like the closest by the time it drifted.
Yeah,
Anyway,
2013.
They lost power, and their toilets had to work with power. So
Trainwreck, not it's Trainwreck. Thank you.
And so it became a human sewage problem.
I mean, you got what, 5,000 people on board?
I think it was like 3,500.
Okay,
It was
a
like
lot of
over
people.
3,000 people, and the toilets were backed up. They were telling them to urinate in the shower.
Well,
and
that's
then-
what the
and then-
cruise director, like, she kind
Yeah.
of, like, I guess suggested that and said, like, you know, but after you fill that thing up, you know, you have to, it has to go somewhere.
Yeah,
Which in the documentary I was watching it, I was a little confused that they couldn't, are they not allowed to, even in an emergency, to dump it into the ocean?
I don't think they even have maybe the ability to do that.
Oh, you
because
got to have a big main shit valve on the bottom of the boat, right?
Yeah,
you got to
I
have
don't-
something. You got to have something.
I think they do that. I don't know if it was because they were using the showers and for the toilets because
Regardless, you would
yeah.
think even a gray water tank, you should be able to dump it,
How
right?
many days did it take to get tugged?
Okay, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They were tugging it one way back to the Mexican port, and the weather got bad. So they
Oh.
were already going one way for like a day, and then they had to get other tugboats and go the other direction,
It-
right?
they drifted so far away from
Right,
Mexico
right.
is that they decided that it was better
Yeah,
to
to
go,
go the
north.
opposite.
But so then they started handing out biohazard bags, and they're like, "Hey, if you have to go number 2, you use this bag."
Mm-hmm.
And then in the documentary, they were interviewing a lot of the guests on the ship. And they were like, "No way!" When they were like, "When we heard about the bag,
I ain't using no bag,
Really?
baby.
they were like, "There's no way I'm pooping."
people
in
I'd
this bag."
poop in a bag.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so-
had no problem.
These people are nuts.
So there was this one nerdy white dude and these 3 like I would come middle-aged women. maybe
all
like
3 of those
30
women,
or-
I'd have fucked everything. All 3 of them.
And,
They were hot party milfs.
and
They were.
They're like, like freaking out about having to poop in a bag.
And they were the girls that were like, just get me a drink. It is wine 30.
Yeah.
They were like those girls.
So, and of course, it's uncomfortable to poop in a bag. But if you had to do it in an emergency, I feel like it wouldn't be that big of a
Is
deal.
it uncomfortable pooping in a bag, or is it uncomfortable holding your poop?
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah,
people.
more uncomfortable holding your poop.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
it's gross. Don't get me wrong, but like obviously these are
poop is gross.
not circumstances that happen every day. There was a fire, and it's not like Carnival wants you to poop in the bag. It's just this is what
And
they
it's-
have to
it's
do.
not the chat room's asking, is it a clear bag? No, it was a red biohazard bag that you could seal up.
Which, by the way,
I don't think I would care.
I was like, why did they have so many red biohazard bags? Because they're handing them out under every door and stuff, and like to everybody.
I thought the same thing.
And
Did you look it up?
No, I didn't. But I assume it's because in the lifeboats, under scenarios where all those passengers have to be on lifeboats for any amount of time, that the biohazard poop bags are part of the because there's no. I don't think there's
At
a
that point, I
bathroom
feel
in
like
the
I would just
lifeboat.
poop in the ocean, though. If I'm that close to the ocean
Not
and
allowed.
alive,
Not allowed. You're allowed to pee in the ocean. They would let you
if
pee off
whales
there.
can poop in the
No,
ocean,
it's
I
too-
can poop in the
No,
ocean.
no, they're not going to let you because A, to prop your ass up there is like dangerous,
But
and B,
in a lifeboat, what am I going to do?
they're not going to
fall?
let you poop in the lifeboat.
Well, I'm sure with Carnival guests, they don't want I think it's hard to get in and out of the ocean on a lifeboat. Anyway, I don't
I
know
just think
why.
there's bigger
Why is-
problems to deal with. If
Why is
me
what?
pooping
They
in the
have
ocean.
so many biohazard bags. Was it for
I
poop?
just asked, and they don't know. I would imagine that they were.
You have a certain amount for like
Well,
biohazard.
they're
but-
flat packed, right? They're
Yeah,
flat
yeah.
packed in a box. We've bought bags before
Yeah.
to give to BDMs, so you can have a case of them, and you
They
can
must have thousands
Yeah,
of-
you could have 2,000 biohazard bags, little
Yeah.
red bags in there, and then you can slide them under the doors, just like you do the
There was
bar ticket.
3,500 passengers, so you at least need 7,000 for 2 poops a piece. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you only got one. I think
yeah.
they just slid one under because they were kind of. I think
using
doing-
multiple times.
No, I think they were thinking that we're gonna have some that want to do it and some that don't.
Oh, okay, then all right.
But I don't know. They didn't say how many bags you
So
got.
anyway, so that got me and Daniel into a larger discussion.
We were walking to lunch.
yeah.
2 old men walking to lunch, and this is what we
this-
talked
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Like 30 minutes.
So, and of course you should watch it because it's ridiculous. But me and Daniel started talking about because we were surprised by how appalled these 2 people or like these 4 people on the documentary were about pooping in the bag.
Yeah,
and,
they made it like
and
a-
how much they didn't want to do it, and they were trying to like take Imodium so they didn't have to do it.
Well, that one lady
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I just loaded up on Imodium and was just drinking beers. And I'm like, well, that's going to counteract each other.
And the other-
that's not a good idea.
The other guy found some one working toilet that was a hidden, and like, but he was like, thank God I didn't have to poop in this bag. And then we were like, how? Like, we started thinking, and like, I don't think I know one person personally that hasn't had to poop in a non-toilet because of an emergency or on like a camping trip.
Yeah, this
or
is
in the
what we were
woods.
claiming as we were walking. We're like, I don't think we know.
And I couldn't think of one person that I know that hasn't had to poop in a non-toilet scenario at least once in their adult life. Like the baby doesn't count as a kid, an accident doesn't count.
I was kind of taking
and even like sharding doesn't really count. I'm
No,
talking
I
like
was saying like potty trained age up because like I can remember a time, the first time I remember, I was playing Army in the Woods. I was probably like 10 or 11 years old. I knew I wasn't going to make it home. I just knew it. Something happened, you know, and then I just ran into a covered area and I pulled my pants down and it was a full formed log. It wasn't diarrhea. It wasn't like a IBS thing. It was like, I'm sorry. I did it and I put my pants back on and I walked home as straight as I could. And that way I didn't, and I wiped immediately. And that was the first time I
pooped
remember.
the log outside.
I pooped the log outside.
And I was like, I bet a lot of people have, again, I couldn't even think of one person that never had only toilet life as an adult.
That's
and
the
then,
name of the show. Only toilet life.
I mean, I've been to bigger music festivals. I mean, I think back to going to Bonnaroo, and I've had to poop in a porta potty that was probably grosser than having to poop in a bag.
God, you're just like Tom. That was one of your
I
arguments.
mean,
yesterday.
I'd rather poop in a bag in my own privacy in a Carnival Cruise Line than the one that's
And
been
a
used by
porta potty,
1,000 people at a porta potty at a Bonnaroo.
Yeah, no,
I'm
of course,
pretending I'm
yeah,
on
yeah.
Maury Povich right now.
Yeah, because I mean, you're just pooping on a giant
On top
poop,
of other poop.
pyramid.
Yeah. And everybody's
hot-
ass has been there.
Oh, yeah, everybody.
Everyone's zit carbuncled ass has been sitting on that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd rather just get a nice clean bag and be to my own devices and quiet.
So, but I made a post on the BDM page asking, and there was like 4 or 5 BDMs out of like, thousands, or at least there
were 4 or 5 liars.
There was around 100 comments, and like 4 or 5 said, I've only pooped in a toilet in my life. And that's definitely believable.
No.
If you live in the city, you never gone camping, and you're always around a toilet, and especially if maybe you have phobia about pooping outside. We know people that only like to poop inside their house. And
I'd rather just poop in my own house.
I can poop anywhere.
Yeah, Daniel,
I'll put it as a challenge. Name some place you think I can poop. Now, I have to be able to physically get there, but like seriously, I think you guys I think the babies. It makes me angry.
Have you ever been to an older establishment that there are no doors?
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'll just go.
Poop. I'm poop with
and
my
people
dick.
walk
I'll
in.
poop, I'll flap my dick over I'll just sit there.
Come on.
Pull my shirt over my knees if I have whatever.
Because I've been in bars before and there's no door and they're like, wow. Like
a lot of strip clubs are like that.
I know what bars those are. There's only one reason for
I raised my hand. I pooped at House of Babes. No doors.
With the attendant in there?
There's a trough pit. It's a piss trough. It's a
That's
metal,
different than pooping with no door,
No,
though.
it was a metal piss trough in the front, and there's two stalls with no doors, and I just got on there. Nobody's in there. And you fire it out quick. You wipe, and you're out the door.
I think there's a scene in Full Metal Jacket in boot camp where it's all toilets and there's no doors, and I'm just like, I don't know if I could do that. Just pooping next to somebody.
I can poop next to somebody. I can hold your hand and poop. I can do any. If you can't.
If I gotta go, I'll go.
It's poison in your body. It's waste that you need to get out. It's not. Why does everybody got to have some goddamn luxury?
You're ashamed of
it. I'm not ashamed of it. I want to get it out.
No, you're ashamed of how everything
does it, though.
No, I know. Yeah.
I can be hugging you. I could literally hug your body, and somebody pull my pants down, and I can shit on your shoes. Like I can shit in any scenario.
Once again, if I'm forced to do these things, I will.
Yeah.
But it's not my preference.
And I get so mad when people got to have special little. Like you're a little bit of that with your bladder. Like, I gotta pee. Oh, come on. Oh, God, I pulled over, man. Come on.
Hold on.
I'm about to pee your gut.
No, you said that you had to use the emergency pee bag multiple times.
I will use the pee bag, but I hate the fact that people are like, I gotta have a clean bathroom. I gotta take all my clothes off. I think Drew had to poop like that. I don't know if he has to do that anymore, but Drew Garabo, when I worked with him, I think he had to take all of his clothes off to poop.
George Costanza takes off his shirt to poop.
Yeah, some people are. Get in there and poop and get the hell out.
Okay, so let's talk about it because I have always been a little bit shameful. Like I'm not comfortable. Like I'll do it. It doesn't matter. But like if I'm in there,
what are we talking about?
Like if I'm in a stall, like I'd rather not. And then like if I have to poop, I'll be like, I'll wait till I get home. Like I don't want to go into this restaurant to TGI Fridays.
You're more shameful than me. I'll tell you. I'll walk around the corner and be like, I'm going to poop.
Even in Clear Channel, I'd never use the stalls that much because of your goddamn. A boss comes in there and he's diarrhea next to you.
And you know his shoes. You know what his shoes look like.
Yeah.
He knows what your shoes look like.
Yeah.
When he has to poop here, he'll
No,
ninja
I don't
walk.
care.
He'll
anymore.
ninja walk around.
With Daniel.
He's like,
I don't. Yeah.
And then he gets to the door and he opens
He's
it.
just a
And he
stranger.
opens it just enough to slide his skinnier body in now. And then when he goes to shut the lock, all you hear is a. So that's all you hear.
Is that learned behavior, or were you born this way?
No, my mom and dad, we were always really wide open. Like it was like we kind of run it with Maisie like that. Like
because my sons they'll poop in front of like
I
the door
poop at the door
open.
and we're talking to each other.
They do not. Most of them we don't have but they won't poop in other people's houses though. It's weird. They'll poop.
Oh, Maisie, I've raised her just like me.
I mean, they will. I
guess.
She
can literally poop anywhere.
Yeah. I guess maybe they will. I never ask them.
Yeah.
Although we're like
I like to poop at different places and see different bathrooms. I'm not kidding.
They used to teach you as a news reporter if you're at somebody's house and you're interviewing them, at some point ask to go to the bathroom. Not that you have to go.
An upper deck though.
No, just to like see other parts of their house because you might see like a photo or something like on the wall in the hallway and get another idea for a story.
There's the man
question.
she murdered.
Yeah,
like you might see the victim.
Because a lot of times you'll just sit at their kitchen table and talk to them, and then if you say, "Oh, can I go use the restroom?" You get to maybe walk through their living room, walk through a hallway, and maybe there's a family photo. And you're like, "Oh, who's this?" So it was a way to get other questions.
None of your
people.
business. Hope you didn't shit.
It's a way to snoop around the
a little
house.
bit. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
I took a dump at Phil Rollins' house. Yeah, I did. I did at the big English breakfast that I was telling Fish and Brits about.
Yeah.
I had to excuse myself to the bathroom, and oh man, stinky, big one.
All right, I don't know. I just am like, and we never could narrow down a specific percentage of people, and it's weird because
ChatGPT said 80 to 85% of people have
pooped other places
other
than a toilet.
places, yes.
And now that's taken into account the whole global population.
No, they backed it out.
Oh,
it was higher.
States?
It was
Okay.
higher. It was in the 90s, but then it backed down. It backed out the rest of the world.
That
and-
seems pretty close to what even the poll we took,
Yeah.
and like thinking
5 out of 100 comments.
So what would you say, Buster? How many people do you think? Do you know anybody? It's a weird thing.
Personally.
How do you ask? Like
Personally.
they could be in a situation because if you know anybody who's got, but although nowadays camping has a lot of porta potties involved and stuff because no one wants to go.
I mean, most of the time I've gone camping, it's nearby bathrooms.
Yeah.
I mean, at least
That's not camping.
No, I know it's not primitive camping, but I've probably pooped in the woods, but not often.
Yeah.
But I don't go camping.
But you know
that
you
often.
have.
I probably
Yeah.
have.
You know you have to.
And on a broken down cruise ship, pooping in a bag wouldn't be
a problem.
You wouldn't hold it for days.
And
just so
peeing
you
off
didn't
the
have to do
side,
it.
I've always wanted to pee off the side. I mean, it's been a bucket list for me, and I've been told, and I remember one time I was going to do it, and Andrea's like, they have cameras. She's been on so many cruises. She's like, there's cameras everywhere. They'll see your dick.
Well, then they'll kick
Small
you
red
out.
dick.
All right, let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, we'll do the Swedish Candy Challenge.
I'm excited about it.
With Daniel and Bustecker. You guys can taste some
man.
of the Swedish candies.
Brand new music from the artist Chris LaRocca. The name of the song is Lady.
It's a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You cracker ass motherfuckers.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Bussecker's here from the Orlando Shine Show.
And just call Mo.
and
That's
just
my
call-
paying gig. That's my paying gig.
Get the Mo on there.
Yeah. So let's eat some of these candies.
All right.
So the interesting part, and Bustecker, you kind of guessed it. You've been to Europe. And,
I have.
And I didn't know. I
both think you're better than me.
I never
Couple
noticed.
of cultural icons here, and just a little old little Abner over here drinking his Mellow Yellow.
I don't know why they taste so different. Like I didn't know it was a overall European thing as much. Maybe more.
Let me ask you a
Swedish,
question.
because I don't know why there's like a specific.
Is taste the same in sight in that each of our perceptions of it is truly unique?
Yeah. Well, like you see this,
you know what I mean? Like, is it one of those things where like my taste of this is like I might be tasting something completely,
maybe
utterly ridiculous?
Wait, which one are we going with first?
I put.
What are these,
I
like
put
a little
cup
car?
together.
I see it. No, I see it.
First cup. It's
Is that a little car?
It's a little.
It looks like a shark, like a submarine.
It looks like
It's a car. I
little
believe.
car. Yeah.
Bylar is the brand.
Bylar.
I don't know how to. I don't know what the actual name of the candy is.
Okay.
So take a taste of that. I'm starting with the.
The texture is horrible.
It's different than you thought.
It's a mush.
Yeah. Starts off a little gummy.
Interesting.
Like,
right?
it's going to taste like gummy bears. Doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
and it's a direct result to you. When you look at it, you're like, oh, I know what that should taste like. And then when you eat it, you're like, wow, that's a lot different. Not necessarily bad. Just
Is it all in Swedish on there? What's
Oh,
it
yeah.
supposed to taste like?
I have no idea. They told me, they're like, oh yeah, kids love these. This is the one the kids love. They get a little more aggressive.
That was good. I can see where like babies, because it's not. Here's what I'm tasting, and I think SJ kind of picked up on what I'm tasting. It doesn't slap you up the head with like, I think a lot of the candy that we have here, we are obsessed with extremes.
Yeah. Sour Patch Kids.
And it goes along with everything else in America, it goes along truly with addiction. It's like we need those chemicals. So we need our sour candies to be the absolute most sour. And we need our, fruity candies to be so fruity that you're juicing your salivary gland. And this is just not that. This is natural.
It's mild.
It's more natural ingredients. I bet you there's like less
Oh, yeah,
ingredients.
Oh yeah, no dyes, no red dyes.
There's no aspartame in Sweden. Like, there's no Diet Coke or nothing. There's all zero, like Coke Zero and everything. And then like the whole like no aspartame. As I'm drinking it here, I'm like, that's weird. A whole country just said no, none of this.
Like also, like I think you can have a lot more of these, right? Like this, I think it's saying like a serving of this is like 30 little peppers.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? 30 candy? That's a lot of...
Can you read the first ingredient, or is it in Swedish?
They're all...
Is it sugar
it's
or not?
all in...
Swedish.
Gluten syrup,
Okay.
which sounds to me like corn syrup, right? Gluten syrup?
Maybe.
Okay. So this next one. Turkish.
Is this the one that looks like a milk dud?
Yeah, the milk
Okay.
dud. So I put it right there for you. It's got a hard shell on the
Is it?
outside.
Okay.
And
All right.
you got to
Okay.
break
Do you-
through the
do you
shell.
bite it?
Yeah, you bite through the shell.
Oh God.
It's
Here we go.
Salty licorice.
You think milk dud.
Fuck, man. What is that?
Salty licorice.
They love salty licorice over there. That's
I don't...
God.
It's having that much salt on candy is weird.
I can't do that.
Oh, we haven't
Fuck.
even got to the Swedish Devil yet.
Wait, is it chewy on the inside?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no. You gotta bite into it.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Oh my
no,
God.
yeah. If you bite
I'm
into
not
it,
biting into
that's
it.
where the delicious
What is
Swedish
it?
goodness is.
You gotta bite into
Is it
Yeah,
good?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not biting into it.
All right.
I'll just... Because they're going to get worse. Why
Oh
am
my
I going to
God.
eat the... It's like somebody's like, you got to finish your shit sandwich
By the
before
way,
you get to your pee-pee
That
pie.
one's not good.
By the way,
Made my nose run.
when our guests, our hosts were presenting this to us, I thought that maybe they, like you go to Universal Studios.
Oh, you get
and-
the jelly bean that tastes like diarrhea. and
Yeah,
Harry Potter.
yeah.
You get the diarrhea jelly bean.
yeah, and then you're getting some gag
Yeah, that
candy,
one's not
and then
good.
they're like, "What?
Yeah,
look at
what's
this."
this one taste? It tastes like frog legs. Ah!
Yeah, they're eating their frog legs. And this shit is. I go to the grocery store. It's on the like every grocery store.
So
It's
culturally, they like it.
yeah.
Oh,
this
yeah.
this is being sold.
That one's
in
not
the-
my favorite.
in every candy section. Next one.
I can't do black
Okay.
licorice. It makes me gag.
Yeah,
or you're
I'm
not
such
gonna
a-
like this one. this
This is
one.
called DJ Fungal.
yeah.
Who's DJ Fungal?
It's the front of it is a cartoon monkey
Oh, yeah, that's a good sign.
holding a real monkey.
Yeah, because nobody knows candy like monkeys.
and it's called the Jungle.
Yeah, DJ Fungal.
Yeah. And
All right,
so you
there we
get-
go.
I have one of those.
Very salty.
The salt, right? Like, I'm not joking. When I ate one, I could see better. Like, all of a sudden, my vision got better because the blood pressure started pumping through my eyes.
So that one's it's really chewy.
That's a treat?
Yeah.
It's salty.
That's it.
These are all things I can't do, man. Like, I can't even get past... I can't even get to them.
Okay, well, we're gonna skip the last one you have, then go straight to the Swedish Devil. Now, I'll eat one of these with you. So,
Well, this looks like shit. Like you just got in a jar of what appears to be dog turds with
Sugar.
No, it looks like an old white dog turd
yeah,
that's
you're
been
right,
sitting
you're
in a
right.
fucking yard. Somebody didn't pick up their dog shit. It started growing that white fungus, a Florida fungus.
so a real Swedish man named Ehe.
Hey,
Ehe.
is it A?
Ehe.
Hey.
Ehe.
Hey.
Yeah, you got to say
You got Chinese Swedish devil, motherfucker. Hey.
And-
Meet me, I am Scott.
super nice gentleman. And he was like, I eat
Whistle
these,
tips go woo woo.
I eat these all the time, and he eat them like he looked like he legitimately enjoyed them. Even like everybody around him was like, "Oh yeah."
Have you had any of these or not?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
no, I had them all.
right.
And then I'm gonna give Daniel
Can
one.
I just have
eat
a
one.
half?
I'll eat one with you.
Why is
too.
it wet?
No, it's,
It's wet.
it's so I'm showing the chat room.
Oh my God.
It's a fucking dog turd. It's a baby dog turd, man.
You get confused because as an American, you look at it and you're like,
God.
"What does it cover with? It's like it's some sort of sugar." Like I love a sugary. It looks like a sugary Tootsie Roll.
Oh my
to
God.
describe
No,
it
it
to
does
our
not.
audience.
It does not.
It's like
Daniel.
soft.
It
Daniel.
looks like a cigar that somebody lost at the
Daniel.
beach. It looks like a beach cigar.
Daniel, you're gonna fucking die.
So this
It
is.
looks like a beach cigar.
I was not expecting
And
that.
by the way, I haven't eaten a fresh one.
Did you
I
eat
had,
the whole thing?
no, I took one half
yeah,
of a
yeah,
bite.
yeah. Just take a bite, little baby.
It's
I
a
don't
little
know.
intense.
Ah! Is that Worcestershire sauce?
Oh my
What the
god!
fuck is that, dude?
It's like
That
it's
is-
like if you've never had wasabi and you want
I
to try
can't-
wasabi, but it doesn't taste like
Get it
wasabi.
off my lips. It's in my mustache now.
Is it all?
so salty. I
Is
can
that
see
just
it.
all
I
salt?
can see the chat room.
Is it? What is that?
What's in the center of it?
It's some sort of
Oh my
licorice,
God.
black licorice mixed with like Worcestershire.
It tastes
Awful.
like Worcestershire. It
But
tastes like
it's-
Worcestershire.
but so salty.
That's awful.
Why do they like that? My hands are swelling now. I can't
Like,
get my
They're
rings off.
Viking descendants.
Oh, tough people.
Yeah, yeah,
Tough
yeah.
sea-bearing
One
people.
or how could you eat one of those? Like a whole one.
There are a lot of Swedish real men over there.
God.
I'm
Like,
really glad you let me experience that, but I will say it made me sweat.
So-
oh my god.
That's the most intense. And
It's
is that
super intense.
Is there sugar in that?
No.
I don't think there's sugar. It's
Can I
just
see the jar?
Worcestershire and salt, and then black licorice.
So like
God, and this had to be expensive. I mean, there's a big old jar
I'll
of
eat
fungus turds.
like I'll eat
Look at
like
that.
anything. And
Look at that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
those
yeah.
are horrible.
That's candy.
God.
By the way,
Finally, we got good enough cameras where you can see shit in here.
Man.
only bad part about Sweden, and they have regular chocolates. I know, like my sons are eating.
Oh,
like,
dude, these are chock full of health ingredients.
Like, they
this
like-
is very healthy.
they like the chocolates.
I'm not kidding. This is very healthy. If you're
Yeah,
doing
I'm sure-
macros,
yeah, yeah.
if you're
It's-
doing macros, like right here, this fucking 7 grams of
Yeah.
protein.
They're all healthy over there.
6
Yeah.
grams, 7 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber. That's a shit
Yeah.
6 grams of fiber.
But I think there's better ways to get that in your
yeah,
system.
but if you could get it in candy that you
But
like,
it's not candy.
But it is to them. You're thinking
Yeah,
about it with
if
a
you
North
eat this-
American brain. You got to think
Yeah.
about it with a Swede brain.
We've
I
been
don't
eating
know.
garbage for so long that that's why. Although this, I think everybody would consider this extreme.
It's pretty rough.
You just rather not have it.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But then again, they have
It's
regular
less-
chocolate bars. all
Is
over.
salt in Sweden spelled SVALT? Svalt?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough. I don't know why you gave me 2 of them.
Also, Utfart means exit. The way out at left
So
every time.
outfart.
yeah.
Oot fart.
Yeah. I think I may be missing that.
Wow.
Fart is involved in it.
The chat room wants to see David Jolly eat the Swedish candy.
I'll say we're gonna
You know
save
what?
it.
We could.
I'm
we
gonna
could start
save this
doing
jar.
This.
Yeah,
we can start doing the Swedish candy challenge with different people we
I
care
think
about.
that jar would last forever.
Yeah.
Like it's so salty
It
that
also-
nothing would make
Yeah, yeah.
it go bad.
It also. I would like to know what the thing I ate was though, because it's soft on the outside, and then
Yeah.
you go through it, and then you reach like a center part that you have to like bite through like beef jerky.
There's a gooey part in the middle. Like if you look at half of it, it
Yeah.
looks like peanut butter, but it does
It's
not taste like peanut
It's
butter.
not peanut butter.
Oh, I wanted to tell Buster after this. So,
Oh,
one
God.
Thank you for that.
of the host we were staying out, Stefan, he told me about his hobby, and then it was funny because his wife's like, tell TC about what your hobby is, and so he's like, oh no, I didn't want to talk about it. And,
I like to jack my dick.
So, listen, don't say that. He told me that he's like, I have basically my hobby is trying to get AM radio stations from the United States
Okay.
that bounce off the atmosphere
this.
and make their way, and so he uses some sort of equipment and he described it as a 3,500 meter long, so 3,500 meter
So that's hard.
long wire that he hung, and it's got to be above moose height. Like that's a regulation, like through the woods behind his house, and he aimed it towards like the southwest region of the United States, and he is able to pick up AM radio signals every once in a while. Then he'll pick up the signal, record it. It'll be like the Shock Doctor, like doing some sports segment on AM radio, and then he'll record it, and then find out what station it is, send them an email. And then if the station emails him back corroborating that it is, in fact, their signal, then he logs it in his book. And then he's logged thousands of radio stations that he's picked up from the United States.
That's cool.
And then, like, there are people around the world that do this. And we've talked about this at one point.
I think we have. Does he use, and this is my question for you when you told me, is he using is he recording an MP3? Is he using is he recording it in a
Yes, yeah,
a
digital.
it's a digital recording.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He just he's able through his equipment. He's like, oh, I'm picking up a station from the United States, and then able to record what he's picking up, and then as long as he verifies, and then he told me he's like, some stations never email me back. And I'm like,
that's not surprising.
I'm like, God damn. I'm like,
That's called automation.
There's no one even there anymore.
It's just a signal at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point.
But
There's a lot of those, man.
But he has like a picture of a setup and a picture of his story.
There's
and
a
he's
lot
like,
of
I'm from
TV stations
Sweden.
like that. I think people have a very, very, very old world idea of even what we do or what other people do, like how things stay on, like radio and TV stations and stuff. Like most of that's automated by now.
And-
there aren't like that many people on the clock watching it, and if they are, they can go remote at any point. Like you can watch Wesh from your house if you wanted to overnights. And do the same thing that anybody else could do there.
But getting a bouncing signal that just bounces off the atmosphere, AM signal that just randomly, in the northern,
It's got a fishing aspect
central
to it.
Sweden in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's got a fishing aspect to it that makes me like it. The randomness of it, like.
But you
the
catch
lottery.
Big Frog in the morning.
Yeah.
You catch AM radio.
The lottery of it, though, is cool to me. Like
Isn't that the whole thing with AM goes farther, right?
Yeah,
AM
it
has a
can't be
stronger-
FM. I was like, oh man, maybe we can figure out some way to somehow bounce the signal of real radio in a way that you can get it, but it's so random and it only works for AM.
At night, probably too, right?
Most of the time,
I
it's an atmosphere thing.
Yeah.
There's also a 6-hour difference, so I'm sure there's a peak time of when he gets,
I mean, the way you could do it, if we could figure out a way, is if we found if we were trying to set it up for these purposes.
And it's impossible.
You could find someone that has because we have AM stations here in town, like different levels of.
But
signal.
we don't have like a super powerful one, do we?
No,
Maybe.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I don't think
anymore.
we do either. There's probably one in New York or Boston that goes really
DC,
far.
like 100,000.
DC,
Yeah.
Chicago's gonna have.
I know
them.
where I grew up in Detroit. Like people would listen to baseball games in Kentucky and Tennessee, like a long time ago, because they would get the Tigers games all the way there at night.
If they
Same with Atlanta too. I think their signal would go really far.
I think it's at night because the sun burns off a certain amount of the atmosphere. He was just trying
The
to.
sun heats up the damn radio waves, makes them longer.
There is something to but it's a whole. There's like science mixed in with this fishing
I
aspect.
think the
of it.
atmosphere gets to a point, maybe it lowers to a point where the signal is able to bounce off of the atmosphere, that lower level atmosphere, the stratosphere, I guess it's called. And I think it's able to get and it's able to
Ping off of it.
skip using that lower level atmosphere.
I just found it super interesting, and
It is.
and I was like, man, I want
Better
to
hobby than mine.
interview him one day for a weird hobby Wednesday.
Who's got a cooler hobby?
Stefan.
Stefan
Yeah.
or EJ with Pokemon Go? What's cooler? What do you think?
I couldn't even think of a question for EJ.
You get to
Stupid
vote.
Pokemon
You get to
Go.
vote.
I'm gonna go with the radio guy.
Okay,
So
radio guy Tom, you get to
So
vote.
you just walk around looking at your phone and
Looking at digital monsters that don't exist, and you're
look at
catching
them,
them and not
stupid.
spending time with your family. Wow.
Speaking of hobbies, Bustecker, you still have chickens.
I
correct?
do. I have 2. I only have 2 left.
All right.
I used to have like 10.
All right, so let's talk about owning chickens.
All
right. So they produce eggs, correct?
Yeah, step one.
First
Step
grade
one, talk
science.
about chickens.
One a day, is that correct?
It depends on how old they
Just
are.
like the
and
vitamin.
We don't get as many as we used to. We don't even get 1 a day anymore. We get them randomly. But if you have like actual,
Randomly? What good is that for breakfast?
well, they're
a
not.
random breakfast?
But like if you have actual egg-laying chickens, like 1 a day, maybe a little more, but not much more.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so recently, my wife,
My wife, very nice.
she is constantly coming up with like
Cockamamie.
schemes, and then she's been ultra inspired by Sweden, by the way.
Oh,
because
I know.
They are super environmentally
Yeah.
conscious.
You're literally 1 inch away from wearing a fucking flower crown, dancing around with a bunch of chickens in your house.
yeah.
You're raising a maypole in your backyard. You're building birdhouses.
And she loves the fact of how environmentally friendly they are, and they don't waste as much as the Van family waste. Like, I swear to God, I'm like, we produce more trash than these people in 1 day than they do in a month. It's insane. And
You can build some gigantic trash chickens.
So, and then of course they made
Sculptures.
the price of eggs. I don't know if you heard they go up. They went up. Yeah. So she's like,
It's because of Biden.
so weird. She's like, we should get some chickens for the backyard, right?
Before you go any farther, I'm just going to tell you, it's cheaper to buy eggs in the store than spend all the money on the chicken stuff to get eggs from chickens.
Of course, yes.
I'm just going to tell you.
He knows that.
Yeah. Which of course is
If
my.
it's purely an economical
Yeah,
thing.
no, well, that's what I told her. Of course, like you, but by the time you actually save money, it may be 5 years down the road you save $1. In
It's
5
like your
years,
tomato-
we'll save $1.
Congratulations.
It's like your tomato scenario,
Yes,
probably.
yeah.
Like, it's just cheaper. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
So,
This is just a sailboat in the backyard.
yeah. So, but it's more than that. It's I think it's emotional
And that's
to
fine.
her too. where
That's fine.
She's like these chickens are providing us food, and then we're providing them a home to live or whatever the hell.
She's gonna be there crying when the coyote whips her.
Oh, yeah.
The raccoon. I was like,
She
the
has to
raccoons
be,
will kill
be
them
prepared. Be prepared for that.
Because they get at them. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
they
the
do.
way, and I know where you get in the coop.
So okay, well this is she already sent me a chicken coop that she saw online. That
Does she want you to build her, or at least can you just buy it?
No, you can buy it, but it moves. It's on wheels, so that it.
Oh, so you can take your chickens on vacation with you. Oh, this is awesome. Vacation chickens? Holy shit.
So you move it around your
Tom
yard.
Van's vacation. So you be taking these chickens camping with you.
Yeah. So,
Who's gonna watch the chickens when you guys are? You're never home.
So-
You're always
well,
on vacation.
Of course.
Oh, that's a good point. I'll tell you about that.
Yeah. So
They don't think about that.
Yeah, no, of course. Listen. I laughed at this, and and whatever. And then because I was like, there's no way I'm having some goddamn chickens in my backyard. Like first,
Do you want me to put up the picture here?
Yeah, you can put the picture of the coop on wheels. Like that's.
There you go.
That's
Oh, there you go. That's fucking
Look how
very
big that
nice.
motherfucker is.
What's that got a Hemi in
Oh
it?
my God.
That thing's awesome.
What is
That's a $1,000 coop. I'm guessing. I'm guessing $1,000.
Have you
right
tried?
there.
Have you checked lumber? I know you were talking
Don't
about.
build it.
Yeah.
My
have you
God.
seen the tariffs on lumber?
And by the way, my backyard looks beautiful.
It's gonna look even
Oh,
more
no.
beautiful with
They-
chicken shit everywhere.
Oh my gosh. So I don't even know where to begin on this. So first off, the coop thing, depending on how many chickens you got, you might not need that big of a coop, but they're not cheap. I mean, they're at least like $300-$400.
Yeah.
And
The
that one there.
chickens?
Oh no, the coop.
Oh, okay.
Just the coop. And that one there is probably way more expensive. So you could have somebody build one for you. There's probably some on Facebook Marketplace.
I can build you a chicken coop.
I doubt it. So,
I can do it.
a square box with some.
no, because there's doors and there's wires.
Yeah, there's like a
and
thing
it's-
where they poop the eggs out and then they fall into like a
Yeah.
and you pull the drawer out to get the eggs.
Do you have any tool? Like, do you have the tools
Yeah,
for
I
that?
got all
He
my.
has the tools, but he
stepdad-
doesn't have the tools. If you know what I mean?
I got all
if
my
you're picking up what I'm laying down.
dead dad's tools and my dead stepdad's
Okay.
tools.
Oh,
All
you
right.
could build a spooky coop.
All right. So let's say you make the coop. So now you got to get the chickens. Chickens aren't expensive. They're relatively cheap. Like, you could probably get them for between $5 and $25
All
for
right.
chickens. It depends if you want babies though. If you want babies, you got to make sure they stay alive before they start producing eggs.
Wait, they can sleep with you in your bed, like Lena.
Yeah. But if they're already like egg laying ones, you can get those ones. Those ones are probably a little more expensive.
All right.
It's a nice looking
But
coop
they're
you
gonna
get there.
tear apart your yard because that's how they eat.
Yeah. So
What, you got to let them out?
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah.
Wait, they
At
don't
least
just,
we do.
They don't just stay in the coop?
No.
Well, well, that's a part of this. Is
You're
that
going to let them pick your
At
pool
least
string?
ours do. I mean, maybe
they're
other
out
people.
in the grass
Yep.
in the coop. Then they go inside at night.
At night. So
Yeah.
about 8 o'clock, my chickens know to go in. They all do. They want to go somewhere.
You can't even get to breakdancing practice. You gotta remember to shut
But
the
you
coop?
have to shut the door unless you get an automatic one.
So of course,
Ooh, automatic?
I want nothing to do with this. It's the last thing. I'll die before I would ever agree to this.
I
right?
like having them, but it's work.
Chat room house chickens?
I'll never. So of course
They do poop everywhere.
this was an overwhelming no from me, right? But I don't like saying no,
I know you
especially
don't.
to my son Tommy, who somehow got in his mind that he also wanted the chickens. For whatever reason.
Team Crystal.
And so he's like, Dad, can we? And this was on our trip, I think at the airport or whatever. He got me on his worn down
oh
a
my
little
God,
bit.
Yeah, I get you when you're tired.
And then he's like, Dad,
Couple beers in, Dad. He's sitting there.
I want a chicken coop. Now, instead of saying no, I've told everybody I've learned a way around saying no, and to just give them an impossible task.
Has any Miami child that looks like a Swede ever turned to his dad and said, "I want a chicken coop." I don't know. I don't know about that.
And so I thought of an impossible task that I'd give him, and I was like,
Tell him he has to build the coop.
well, I like it to be within their own range of possibilities.
He likes it to be close, so they're really disappointed with it.
No. So because if you give it too impossible, then it might as well say no. But if you give them a task that they believe they could do, then it's like saying yes, and it puts it on them. And so if they don't achieve it, then it's their fault, not mine. I'm totally absolved.
Like, it's impossible, but it's so close that you're gonna hate yourself.
Yes, yeah. I like it.
Management 101.
Yeah,
right?
that guy. It's amazing we weren't able to keep employees.
All right, so wait, what's their task? What's their task?
I don't know.
Okay, I told Tommy, I was like, if you do 10 push-ups a day.
Oh my! So it has nothing to do with chickens?
No.
You're doing an athletic challenge?
No, 10 push-ups a day for 50 days straight.
Oh, that's like the Marine.
Consecutive.
That's like the Marine Corps Challenger. Yeah,
but 10 push-ups is nothing.
No, it's
like,
nothing.
You know,
Why don't you make it about chickens though?
No, because that's too hard. We don't have chickens. We don't have
No,
access
but
to
you
chickens.
can make it about. Maybe you have to write an essay about chickens, or you have to
essay? What are we trying
would
to
he do
make
that?
it-
But would he do that?
That's
My
a nurse
God.
thing.
The boring hour with Mr. Dave.
The fans will never do an essay challenge. I'll die before the fan does an essay challenge.
You listen there and you listen good. I ain't doing no essay. You can steal that if you want to. You have to have a sombrero on when
So
you say
you got
I'm
this,
already getting
you
a
got this
tattoo of that.
you got this ripped kid who knows nothing about chickens that you're gonna just
Yeah,
give
that's
him
what he
chickens.
wants is a ripped kid, and he wants a stupid chicken farmer.
All right.
No. It's a challenge that I don't believe he'll ever do.
Oh,
See what I'm
alright.
saying? And he is
But
officially.
he could do it.
He's 7 days in straight.
Oh,
Hell yeah, do it, Coffee.
And I didn't even think he'd get 3 days straight.
He's gonna
before
get
he forgot.
chickens and big
Are
ass
you
arms.
watching him do them?
No, but every day I don't say anything, hoping that he'll forget, because if he forgets, he has to start over.
Oh, wait,
That's the
are you
deal.
watching him do the push-ups?
No, but he.
So how do you know?
He gets a witness. And it's my wife. It's like Tommy did his 10 push-ups.
Who also wants chickens?
yeah.
This guy's
Well,
a
it
real
could be
fucking
chicken.
idiot over here.
She's lying.
No,
That
She is
could
lying.
be lying, but I don't think they do.
No. I don't think Crystal would do that to me now.
Really? You don't think she would lie to you?
He was gonna try.
I'm gonna request video evidence now. Like, you take a video of him doing these every day. So
You could like stack them all.
now I'm still fairly confident though. Even he's 7 days in. I mean, he's fucking
That's
got 33
good.
more
50
days.
days is a lot.
Yeah. One day he's gonna forget. We're going down over to Satellite for 4th of July weekend. He's gonna forget.
Too much fun for push-ups.
And
What
I'm
if he does 20 in one day? Does that?
No, he asked about that. I said no. Because
have them all at once.
the whole the
Did you
whole
guys sign a contract on this?
the whole thing is I want him to learn to think about doing something every day and doing it.
Yeah, the discipline of doing.
Yeah.
Is this something that you
But-
do?
No,
He works out every day.
All
so-
right.
Not every day. I'm just like.
Well, you know what I mean. Like,
But yeah,
close enough.
So
But-
Dad's allowed to miss a day.
It took me.
I did
a
say
long
that.
time.
Now, the dentist says I do rule by the dad rules are different. I am. I'm a big, and I don't know if anybody else does that, but I am big on, like, why does dad get to eat on the couch? I'm not allowed to eat on the couch. I'm like, I'm a dad. And dads are allowed to eat on the couch. I'm real big on that. Like, why does dad get to do this? Because I'm a dad. Why can dad stay? I'm a dad. You're not.
Yeah.
Why? That's the reason. There is no real. I'm not going to give you I don't have to give you a fucking reason.
Yeah, my son's like, you told us that alcohol was bad. Why are you drunk all the time?
I like how you added the all. He was like, why are you drunk?
They never said
All
that,
the time.
but I imagine the thinking, especially in the strip. I'm like, can I have 3 here?
Exactly. It's always
Stewardess, 3
Oh,
at
my
a
God.
time.
Chat room checking in says we got 2 horses.
Oh.
10 chickens and a goat my neighbor didn't want, plus the dogs. That's enough. Yeah, that's a lot of
Oh
animals.
yeah, no.
I think it would be
I'm-
fun, though, Ted.
no.
I do think it would
It
be
wouldn't be
fun,
fun.
but I
You
do
got to
think...
get 3 at least.
No.
Well, Castleberry, you can only have 4.
Yeah.
That's the most you can have in Seminole County.
They got bigger problems.
Yeah. I don't know. Follow the county rules.
No,
You know,
no.
you're
It's a
supposed to
free
get
state of Florida.
What if
permits.
you-
You're
what
supposed
if-
to do a lot. Water at a certain time. Oh, there's no.
What if you talked to Cimarron Skateway and saw maybe if you could build an even bigger coop behind the skating rink? and do the first ever roller skating chickens.
I could imagine that, like, my son doesn't realize how gross chickens are.
Oh, they're gross.
Well, what is he? Have you asked him why he like? That's kind of where the
It's
essay was
crystal.
coming in,
'Cause,
right?
like,
the
let me tell
essay
you-
is like, tell me why you.
Let me tell you a quick thing.
Yeah,
Like
please.
sometimes their eggs get caught in the back, and you have to like fish it out
I ain't fishing no egg out of
because
a chicken
they
pussy.
can't get it out of them, or else they'll die. So you have to like get it out of there.
That's just nature's
There's
way
a lot
killing
of gross
chicken.
things with chickens.
Yeah.
So the egg will get caught in the kawaka.
Yeah,
The kawaka.
I guess.
And then you
I-
gotta. How do you fish it out?
I just let my wife do it.
How does she
She's
do
a
it?
tough horsewoman.
Does she squeeze?
I think
the
so, yeah,
back and,
it's
like,
gross.
No, I
It's
would put
gross.
my. I put my hands in.
No. You're pushing it.
I
in
know
there.
there's been times there's been so much poop that got mixed in their feathers that we had to cut it out with scissors.
Oh,
And then
God.
you have to like put them in hot water and get it out because if not, it'll close up and they'll die.
This is better than a dog. Wait,
Yeah.
if the shit can close,
Yeah.
a chicken can get so much shit in its feathers
Yeah.
that it'll close up its kawaka.
I think so.
Wow.
There's a lot of things that happen,
These-
and we've had several that have been killed by like raccoons, and one was killed by a possum.
Do you bury them?
I did actually. I did bury
Yeah.
those ones.
That's
I
good that
haven't
you
had
did
a
that.
point where I had to like put one down. I don't know what I would do in that
Oh,
situation.
you stomp it flat with a boot.
Has there been one point in your entire chicken owning existence
Mm-hmm.
where you looked back there in your backyard chicken coop and you're like, I'm glad I have these?
I mean, they're nice to have. They're
I think
fun
day
to have.
one, day two.
Okay,
That's like most things, right? Like that's like a Peloton bike.
Yeah,
Day
yeah,
one,
yeah.
day two. You're like, I got
I mean,
this.
I have to get up every day and let them out, and then I have to put them. One of us does, and we have to put them back at night. And there's one we have that's blind. I have a blind chicken.
Oh God.
She just walks around, but she makes her way. She's good. She's good.
I can imagine.
And you know
myself-
your wife's gonna want to get all the unfortunate chickens. You're gonna have a
Yeah.
one-legged one, a blind one, a featherless one.
Giving one
Yeah.
insulin. Just let it
One
die.
of them's on
Like,
Suboxone.
like,
One of these chickens is on Suboxone
Probably.
for heroin addiction.
And like they're not roosters, so they don't.
Yeah, goddamn pain pill chickens coming off Suboxone.
Hey, are you standing in the Suboxone line to get the chicken?
This chicken's shaking his ass off. Get his fucking meds and get back or we're gonna have no eggs for the boys' breakfast.
Yeah, they open at 10.
I don't know how early.
You go to pain management for your chicken.
I don't know how early you guys get up, but if you don't get up in time, they'll start sort of clucking really loud
Oh no!
to make sure that
and
you
God
let
knows
them out.
you guys don't like sleeping in. Your wife doesn't like sleeping
All right,
in.
well,
Right,
then you're
I'll
good.
be out there
I
and
know
give the
you
goddamn Suboxone. And I'm like, a little bit for me.
They find you passed out. Standing there, you've been checking the eggs for 3 hours.
Yeah. I haven't moved the coop.
He
It's just
feels-
all mud.
He's just slow breathing in there with his hands under the chickens because it feels good. It's warm.
Anyway.
How many eggs do you eat in a week right now?
Oh, they are an egg family.
All right.
Aren't you guys like? Aren't
Yeah,
you guys
they
like
eat-
a pallet of eggs?
What's the only thing Max, he's a vegetarian, so it's the only protein he eats is goddamn
Well, there's
eggs.
your egg tender. Because he's the egg guy, then you're like, okay, you're letting them out and putting them in. You know,
Yeah,
there's
they
your-
don't like work. It's the worst. Anyway, all right, let's take a break.
Oh my God.
When we come back from the break, I want to show Bustecker 2 of my favorite new fireworks cakes that I saw at Pirate Spot.
Hey,
I'll go over the outside because I'm fascinated with how they come up with the outside designs and themes.
Are you going to try and do the adult net for next year, the adult back room? Because I've been thinking of some ideas. Are we going to do our own? Because we can wrap our own.
I mean, Craig, he's down to do whatever.
Let's do our own. Let's do our own.
We just need.
Is this like a porno back room, like when you went to the video store?
Yeah,
but
you
we're
have
going to
be-
make like spicier labels for.
Oh, sexy fireworks. That's a good idea.
Yeah, see?
and you have to go
Plus
through
is
a
on.
curtain and show your
That's a
ID
good
to an
idea.
employee.
Yeah, and then like funnier ones. Like I was even thinking, not to put this idea like out, but I was even thinking, imagine you did some hyper local stuff that was funny. Like imagine you did some that was like I4 eyesore.
I bet Brendan would help you out with
Yeah,
that
it
if you
would be
needed it.
funny. We could do like inside jokes around here.
Yeah,
It'd be great.
I know. And because you can print whatever you want on the outside, and then you could have some made. You know, because like no, it's funny because no matter what the name or the theme of firework cakes, you never really. You're like, oh, now I see why they call it Godzilla.
yeah.
It's just going
Like, who's
off.
that?
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no theme to the actual firework display that would let you know that this is correctly named or this is. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to correlate the actual fireworks with the
Who's
name.
the lady in the district that was a congresswoman and then she stole money from an elderly woman and then she's running again?
Commissioner Regina Hill.
Allegedly
stole.
Yeah, allegedly, thank you. Yeah, so we could have like a allegedly stealing old lady's money, and it's on the outside of the firework.
yeah.
It would be hilarious. People would buy that. Like taking from the elderly.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll go to break. We'll come back. And we'll show a couple funny ones that I saw when I was at the Power Spot warehouse. Which, by the way, Power Spot fireworks. Now the warehouse, I'm sure they're doing less because it's July 3rd.
It's
Tomorrow's
go
the
time,
4th.
yeah.
But go by the tent, Longwood and Eustis.
Mo
and,
went over there. I saw a photo.
Yep.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He was over there with Ross and with Craig. The name of the artist is Samantha Cren. The name of the song is Dragon.
O-Town's #1 rock station, Z159 FM. Your only home for the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge Morning Show and Dump 'em Out Fridays.
Ooh, yeah, a hot tub and mini fridge. Keep me cold and hot.
All right.
A lot of their songs sound like that. You know? Like, I love Turnstile. Don't get me wrong, but I can see where people like going.
A huge popular band right now.
Oh yeah, they're huge. That was Turnstile with Never Enough, the radio edit. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
I saw my buddy Dre showed me Turnstile when he was staying with us, and he's like, look at the amount of people they're getting and like these free shows at parks.
Yeah,
and it was crazy.
They're a good band,
and I guess they're marketing themselves that way, like underground, like doing these free shows where people are jumping on stage. It doesn't look like. There's no.
Yeah, it looks a little more fluid than we're used to seeing. Right?
Yeah.
Cohesive.
It's kinda like they're just playing, and there's not security, and it's and there are. I mean, thousands
like
of people
I would say,
there.
like it looks harmonious. It looks like everybody there is like down for the same sort of vibe and idea, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna let this get out of hand. We'll protect it, and we're all."
I guess they're coming here to the fairgrounds.
You gonna go see them?
I don't know. Well,
I already saw
Miami
them.
friends.
I
Dre
saw
was
them
talking
open
about
for Blink.
I don't know them.
They were awesome.
I can't listen to new music. I'm stuck in the
So is
music I listen
Andrea.
to.
Yeah, but Andrea, I introduced her to Turnstile, and actually she did not like them until she actually saw them live.
All right.
When we saw them open for Blink, and they did a really nice job, and I actually think we got to see them with their old guitar player, which the rumor is I think maybe he was having some substance abuse issues, and he exited the band, and then they brought in the girl. Now they have a cute girl playing guitar for them.
Okay.
Which is weird because Maisie likes that. Mm-hmm. So like Maisie's watching Turnstile, and they have and it does help that she does look like she's a smaller girl, and like she dresses sort of like Maisie dresses, like a younger girl. And Maze sees her and is like, oh. Like it almost
I can relate to that.
Yeah, it normalizes it for like, oh, there's a girl in a punk rock band. Like,
Black Flag had a girl.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was a bass player or the guitar player.
No,
later on.
I think right now in the new lineup for
Oh,
Black
really?
Flag, there's
All
a
right.
girl. There might be two girls in the
All
new
right.
lineup. Yeah, they're back out doing something. Anyway, what do you want to do? You want to do some voicemails, emails? What do you want to do here, man?
Well, I'll show these two fireworks real quick.
yes,
The
yes,
Bus Tech. One of them, and I was just walking through the Power Spot warehouse because they got a little showroom when you first get in there. And then I was like, let me see what kind of cakes they have.
You want to do the green one first?
Yeah, I'll do the green one. This one is called Irish Twins.
Yeah, they both
Are they
look like
drinking?
hot-ass porn stars.
And now it's called Irish Twins. There's an Irish flag on there, and then there's two
porn stars.
Where now you can tell they're not Irish. They're obviously
They have green hair. They're Irish.
hot Asian women.
Yeah, they're hot Asians.
And they have green Kanye West glasses on and
Hater blockers.
green
Party City top hat.
Party City top hat with a green wig.
Yeah, they got a green Party City wig, and one of them is holding a green whiskey highball.
yeah.
It looks like.
And so when I looked at this, I'm like, I laugh, of course, but then I'm like, what was I would love to.
I'll tell you what. It's every suburban bar on St. Patty's Day, right there.
Yeah, pretty
every
much.
bar. They don't want to go
Yeah.
downtown. They want to stay in their own.
That's Orlando
community.
right there. You're going to see a lot of that. You
yeah.
go up to your
That is
Buffalo Wild Wings, you'll see that.
that is a Lake Mary Irish bar
So,
right there.
just what led to this? That's what I'm like. There had to have been there's a fireworks company, right? This came from a fireworks company,
Yeah.
right? And then I'm sure they have meetings about what the new fireworks products are going to come out, like the art, right?
What do we got
something-
this year? What do we got this year,
Well,
everybody?
so then I imagine they're brainstorming where they're like, okay, this cake, it shoots off 2 blasts in a row, right?
Irish twins.
And they're like a 10 twins,
like
whatever.
that.
And they're like, Americans are racist. They love Irish twins. Is what they like that saying. Which, by the way, I said that on the radio like 10 years ago, and there was someone on the radio show we were on, like, you can't say that. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Are you allowed to say Irish goodbye?
I don't know, but I remember thinking, I was like, that's weird that you said I can't say
Yeah.
Irish twins. I thought that was
Are
totally
you allowed to
cool.
say Puerto Rican motorboat? I don't even know what that is. I
Is
just said it.
is there another?
Yeah.
Is there
Are
something
you allowed to
Irish
put-
twins that I don't understand? Or
No,
Okay, all right.
Again,
I used to
it's
say-
because you're fucking so much that you're
Yeah.
you just popped
I-
the baby and you're already having another one.
Yeah, I
Right?
I
Is
almost
that-
had Irish twins. Tommy and Max are only 14 months apart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have heard that term.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So
all
if they're
right.
in born in the same year, because technically it's possible. But
But it's gross if you think about it.
at
At least from my perspective, I'm like, God damn, let that thing tighten up again. Good Lord.
Yeah. There's it's
It's kind of like when you cross your eyes, somebody slaps the back of you. Fucking, if that thing's wide open, it might stay like that. You don't want it to stay like that.
But what causes and then they go to so they're like, oh, let's name it twins.
Well, they're
Irish
racist
twins.
too.
We
So
can
they're
find out
using their form of racism,
Yeah.
right? So they go to their computer and they're like, "Oh, what?" I'm not gonna do the voice. But they're like,
Started
yeah,
it.
But I did. I started it. You're allowed to start it. You're just not allowed to finish it.
But then the graphics guy.
Yeah.
like, why not use 2 Irish babies?
Why do you use it on Irish twins, Chan? And he's like, I'm using, he just.
like it's
Are you gonna buy a firecracker with a bunch of babies on it though?
Well, I don't even know why they chose Irish twins, and then it's like
They did go the right way though, because Busdecker's thinking is correct in the idea that they went for sex.
okay, yeah, but
And they went twins,
Uh-huh.
and the idea of hot twins.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the trope.
I don't want
of
to blow up a baby.
Yeah.
Do you want to blow up a baby, Tom?
I mean, I kind of do. What kind of baby? A baby hippo? I blow up a baby hippo.
now they didn't use Irish women, which I'm sure there's
No.
lots.
How do you know?
But that could be. They think that's Irish.
I can tell, even with glasses on, I can tell this. I can tell,
They
right?
think that's Irish, though. They think that's the representation of Irish. You see?
But they know what Irish. They have the internet, right?
Well, they could have put Merida from like Disney's Brave on there.
yeah. There's
Is
no
that what
rules.
you- that
they
would've been
can't
more-
get
Maybe
sued.
their parents emigrated to Ireland and they live there.
So next up, the only
let
other
me
one that I saw that stuck out. They also had like a Laundry Football League one that and like
Get
some
that
other
one.
ones.
Give me a couple of those. I
that
like this
loved.
one.
What do we got here?
This one is Love It or Leave It.
America.
Yeah. Now, if you zoom in, I don't know if you can
Yeah,
or whatever.
I can.
I mean, I just feel like all of them should have eagles on them.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
guns
And a lot of them do, but this
yeah.
one's a little more
I think they know their
comical.
demo. I think they know
Oh,
their
we
demo.
got a motocross guy.
Yeah. It's weird because it's not really a dirt bike. It's one of those
We
big
got a tank, cowboy hat, football,
yeah. And sunflowers, which
and a hot dog.
like a hot dog and a fighter
And
jet.
what is this right here?
That's just where the fuse is.
okay. Gotcha.
I thought there was an American Express credit card at first, but I was like, oh,
Okay,
Well,
we
that's
got-
Evil Knievel jumping over something. That's
but
what
it's not
that is.
Evil Knievel.
No, and look at the front wheel on
Yeah.
that thing. It's a big fat boy tire.
It's I think
definitely AI.
it's what I think it's Travis Pastrana doing an Evil Knievel tribute because he's jumping like a big tire.
Oh, look
Harley.
up here on the top. You forgot a hamburger on the top.
yeah.
Or chicken sandwich up here on the top.
So you go down to the left. There's a tank, a football, and a cowboy hat. All right, that I get because they're
I
just
would
putting
buy
the-
that.
Yeah,
and then
man.
they're like sunflowers. So why the sunflower?
I don't know I don't know.
Like they had every other American
farming, agriculture.
like
Possibly.
Ladies, they didn't want to leave the ladies out. Put a flower on it.
yeah. Like a sunflower. Is that an American thing? I don't think America when I think sunflowers. Anyway,
I don't
but I
either.
like the love it or leave it.
I don't know.
Again,
Did
with
you
the
buy that? Did you buy that one?
Racist overtones. I'm not buying nothing.
I forgot. I forgot who I was talking to.
Deal here.
Apologies.
An agreement.
Apologies.
Anyway,
That's hilarious.
let's do some voicemail.
All right, we'll close out with some voicemails, some emails if you've got one, or if you want to call right now. This is it. This would be the time. 1-844-TOMNDAN.
Yeah, you can tell us what you're doing this 4th of July weekend. I mean, it's going to be a huge event and party weekend, right? Like, if at least people are barbecuing, pool, boat, it's going to be crazy out of
your house. Can we come over? Can I come over?
He's out of town.
I'm going to Satellite Beach this weekend.
But can we party at your house?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
good
yeah.
call.
I don't care. If
Yeah, he'll bring his chickens. We'll do a trial run. We'll do a trial run. Bring your chickens.
I could do that. Yeah.
And let them just peck around a little bit.
There should be some.
Oh, wait, no, wait. Before you say whatever you're going to say, I did hear a story the other day that you can rent chickens and they'll do all the work for you.
You just need a place for
Yeah,
them?
yeah. And you pay a monthly fee and they'll do all the work. They'll bring you the coop. They'll bring you the chickens. I think they'll even clean up after them and
That
feed
way,
them.
when your wife gets it out of her system, all you have to do is have them call them and have them come get it.
It's not cheap, but it might be cheaper in the long run.
No. Listen, my son.
My chicken.
As soon if he does do 50 days, 10 push-ups in a row, I'll offer him a payoff. Right, on day 49, I'll be like, I'll give you $500. No, 500, or even probably cheaper. I think I can get
He's
it for
not a money
$250.
guy.
You should have had him smoke a whole carton of cigarettes.
Didn't you let him? Didn't you say he could
Teach
have
him a lesson.
anything at Target, no matter what? And he's like,
He forgot. Yeah.
So I don't think he does it for money. He's gonna want those chickens, man.
One thing I forgot to talk about. We were at dinner the other night, and so we're sitting there, and then Tommy and Max, they're not eating nothing. We're sitting there, we're like, oh, come on, take 45 minutes. Anyway, they're like, hey, what does femboy mean? Right? They asked me that, and so I'm like, what, femboy? And they're like, yeah, femboy. And then I'm like,
where are you letting them wander on the internet, man?
So then I'm like, I would guess that maybe it's a boy that acts feminine.
What does dilated anus mean, man?
And they start laughing.
The fuck?
And they're like, oh, that's why they kicked us out. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, we're in a chat room called Femboy on a game we like to play called Repo on Roblox.
We were repoing some gay guys' cars.
And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, me and Mom said you're not allowed to go on random chat rooms. You're allowed to be on chat rooms with your friends.
Well, that's why you lock it down. You can't trust them.
So then Tommy's like, wait a minute. Mom said that I was allowed to go when I was on this Roblox game called Content Warning. But it was more of like a jump scare.
Gotta clean up your house.
and Tommy's like, Mom said that we can go on any chat room even if they curse. So I'm like, no, we never.
I'm in Jared's Subway Paradise. I've been hanging out here for days making sandwiches. I'm an old man.
Crystal's like, we never said that. We never. And then I was like, no one would ever say. Me and Mom would never say that.
I hope he has the recording.
Here's the recording. I got video of it.
Of course you didn't say that.
Max, pull the video.
And then we were like, we'll take you're not allowed to, we'll make it so you can't use Roblox anymore if you don't get your shit together. You're not allowed to be in chat rooms.
You can't be talking to femboys and twinks and all these other.
No, so that I just don't go in random chat rooms. And they're like, okay. And then I was like, all right. I think we said this before, and then this happened.
Well, how'd we do? I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. I was like, we're not.
Dad, how do you spell GIMP? How do you spell the GIMP?
And then I'm like, I think they'll get it this time.
All you can do is try. All you can do is try.
That's what they told me.
If they only had parental ways to lock down these things, but they don't. Nothing can be done.
Roblox, I don't know.
Nothing can be done.
I mean, I have to get on there and see.
Yeah, you have to. In order.
You don't want to do that.
No,
right?
there's too much work.
How do you do it?
And also to catch
you
up.
do it then.
Show me, Tommy, how you get into this.
Yeah.
Show me where the femboy
They're
is.
playing a bunch of different games at all times. They were playing a farming game that I liked, and then now they switched to Repo.
That's why they want the chicken.
Extreme racist farming. They do extreme racist farming and femboy skate challenge.
Just get a duck hunt. Just get a duck hunt.
They don't have that.
Too many guns.
They do have racist gauge up duck hunt though, if you want to play that.
All right.
We have a voicemail that I believe is attacking John Bustecker.
All right.
Allow me to load it up.
All right. Bring it on.
Tom, Dan, BD, and Mike.
PD and Kylie.
This gripe is specifically for John Bustecker of Bungalore and the Bus.
All right. I already got it wrong.
scrolling and I saw this headline. What was it?
Cock block shop-a-lock
so
for chopping block.
John Busdecker needs to get his stuff together. I think this is the best platform to do it. BDM for life. Love you guys.
Bye.
So actually, that was written after Brendan left Bungalower.
But that's
did.
what I claim too.
I will say, I think Brendan was one of the first to call that the cock block because they have so many chicken restaurants.
Okay.
They had Popeyes, they had Guy's Chicken Restaurant, they had a PDQ. I think there's a Chick-fil-A. So there's a lot of chicken restaurants.
PDQ's still there. Chick-fil-A's still there. Chicken Guy is gone.
Which actually, did you guys go to Chicken Guy?
Never went.
I thought it was kind of good.
Never
I only
went.
went once, but it was.
There's
it was
Kickin'
fine.
Chicken. There's what's the other big one?
Kickin' Chicken. What are you talking about?
What the chicken restaurants, right?
I've never heard of Kickin' Chicken.
No, there's no Kickin' Chicken.
What the hell is Kickin' Chicken? You're hallucinating.
Is that a Swedish thing?
What-
Is that a
Did you take the
Swedish
mushroom? You
No,
took the mushroom.
no, don't talk about
What's
it.
in these candies?
No, so
There's chicken-
was it
chicken-
Cane's?
Cane's. that's
Raisin
different.
cane.
That's different.
You called it Kickin' Chicken? Hold on a second. This
Raisin
guy is
Cane's.
wild. Wait a minute.
I know.
Raisin
Maybe you
cane.
did say Tommy can go in
Kickin'
these chat
Chicken.
rooms.
I see. I kind of see it.
Oh,
Raisin,
okay, yeah,
Kickin'.
Yeah. It's Raisin Cane.
Yeah, Raisin Cane. Post Malone's got his hand in Raisin Cane, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
And I've never been to Raisin Cane's either. I've heard it's really good, but I've never been. There's Zaxby's.
Yeah. Zaxby's been around though, but it seems like Raisin Cane's and like there's another one though. It's also like a fast food style that popped up. And is it because just hot chicken fingers is like the super popular thing now?
Well, I think it's just like, especially for families, it's something where almost everybody will eat it, and it can be sort of economically affordable.
I went to that Raisin Cane's at like 9 o'clock on like a Tuesday one time with my nephew, who's like 12, and it was packed. It was packed. It was one near iDrive area. So busy. Like everybody has their phones out. They're eating chicken strips. It was crazy.
Yeah, the chicken strips thing is
At least there. Raisin Cane's is super popular.
Yeah, like
But why did it take so long for one restaurant just to focus? Because I remember Guthrie's when I
Guthrie's
was
is
in
the
college and go up and party at UF.
Still my favorite.
And we go get a gut box, and it was just
so good, dude. Gut box was where it's at.
Yeah,
You get a
it's
piece of
just
Texas
chicken
toast,
strips.
4 chicken strips, crinkle fries, and a piece of Texas toast. It's a gut
Yeah.
box. And you
And
get
some
like
gut sauce.
Guthrie sauce,
Yeah.
Guthrie sauce, or
Yeah.
gut sauce. Yeah.
And then I remember everybody's like, "Oh, you got to get a gut box." And like, back then, this is almost 25
And then
years
you take
ago.
a penny and you put the penny in the gut sauce. Did you ever do that?
No.
So you always have to find the dirtiest penny you could find at the end of your meal. You put it in the gut sauce and you let it sit for the entire time you eat your meal. And then at the end of the meal, you pull the penny out and wipe it with a napkin. The penny will be brand new. Because the gut sauce is so fucking acidic and terrible for you that it will eat off all the fucking finger dirt on the penny. That was like what we did in Tallahassee.
And you think that, like, just from the popularity of that more chicken strip only restaurants would have opened a lot sooner, but it seemed like it just now started to be a craze.
PDQ is good. Andrea reminded me in the chat room that we all go to PDQ at the Amway.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. They got a good sandwich there.
We'll just get the fingers because you can get a box. And they put like at the Amway. Here's a hack. If you're looking
Kia
for,
Center.
Yeah, thank you for the Kia Center. Thank you. I'm the oldest one here, so I'm allowed to do that. At the Kia Center, if you go there, the people that work at PDQ, especially if you get there early, and if you do get there early, it's better because trust me, they're not on their game, and they will fill your box to the top, the tippy tip. They start with fries and then they put the chicken fingers on it, and you'll get your box. It'll weigh like 6 pounds, and you'll know you have nothing but fries in there. It's great. So we just get 1 or 2 of those. Sometimes we just get 1 and we just pick off of it because it's loaded up.
Yeah,
Absolutely loaded up.
Let's do another voicemail.
All right, let's try.
Hopefully this one's not picking on me.
Hey guys, Dan in Palm Bay. I was just last week, you guys were talking about Pee Wee Herman, and Tom said that he didn't realize which theater it was in, or what happened. It was actually called the South Trail Cinema in Sarasota, Florida. And the funny thing about that is it's gone, but it's actually, and it's related to the show, a mellow mushroom now. All right, medium life.
It's funny that it is a mellow mushroom because he was mellowing his mushroom.
What's the funny part there?
Funny is relative to different people.
It's kind of funny that it's a mellow mushroom.
Yeah, it is very funny.
But the
I would like to find the area of the theater that he was jacking it, and then find the same area in the mellow mushroom, and then you put a little plaque next to the seat that says Pee Wee Herman was mellowing his mushroom.
Yeah. Mushrooms
Yeah,
only.
yeah.
And what if they let you, like, you could whack it here one time? We'll put a box, a cardboard box over you.
Who, like, what? How many, like, okay, never mind.
So-
that's one
Was
of the
there a
first
ranch
times-
dressing joke there
Yeah.
somewhere?
But my question on the show that no one
No.
ever said, no one ever answered was it gay porn or was it straight porn he was whacking it to?
I thought it was straight porn.
Okay.
I thought it was gay porn.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
Your
it was
chocolate
bi.
got in my peanut butter. Your peanut butter got in my chocolate.
Because maybe
I mean, I could ask ChatGPT to see if it knows.
because I think during that time harder to maybe get gay porn in like rentals and things.
Maybe.
Which made it the reason why he was
Because it was
there
like, what, 80, like 90 or 91?
It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was the early 90s, I think. Anyway.
I'm doing a.
But I feel like I don't know, I could be wrong, but I wonder if a cinema would show
Yeah,
gay
yeah, no, I know,
porn
yeah,
in
I know.
early 90s. But maybe they did.
Okay, so here's all we know. There is no evidence to suggest that the theater was exclusively gay or straight. So they ran
No, yeah,
both types
yeah.
of movies, but it did occur in a venue known for gay hookups. So it was already a known area, and we've talked to Brendan before. There are even known areas of Orlando that are known for the gay hookup.
Yeah, okay.
And this was known for that. So, but that's not what he was doing, so it's kind of unfair to paint it like it. We don't know.
But like,
we
what
don't know.
I mean, I feel like the reporting at the time could have figured out what movie it was. I mean,
I know,
think.
and they didn't mention it. So
I mean,
that made
maybe
me
not in the
think-
documentary, but like if you were to find the original article from probably the Sarasota paper back then,
Yeah,
I feel like it would say this is the name of the movie that he was at.
You would think
I'm
that-
looking it up now. It's like a real reporter over there. He's like,
I mean,
I
if
feel
you
like
read
you're
the name of the movie,
I feel like you're snooping around in somebody's bathroom for new clues.
What adult movie was you watching?
Yeah.
I want to know.
Okay, so the arrest occurred July 26, 1991 in Sarasota. Films playing that night were Nurse Nancy,
Okay, that's
That's
Turn
straight.
Up the Heat,
could be both.
Catalina 5-0, or Tiger Shark Butt Boys.
Oh, well, there you go.
I made that up. The last one I made up. The last one I made up. The last one I made up. That's how quick I am. That's how good I am.
I was like, bingo.
Show me Tiger Shark Butt Boys.
Let's do one more voicemail.
All right, one more. Let's do. Let's try this one. It's kind of interesting.
I'm pretty sure Phil Hendry just moved to Cocoa Beach.
Is that true? I had heard that too. There are rumblings within Reddit and online that world-class voice, impressionist, and radio host, and one of my personal favorite like radio personalities of all time, Mr. Phil Hendry, has possibly moved to Cocoa Beach.
Okay.
We have to talk to Phil Hendry.
I remember listening to his show.
One of the best. He's one of the best.
And because when there was not very much talk radio to listen to, especially like when he was on, you know, I was like, there's no other options.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because you'll never really get this.
Hey guys.
Sorry.
Where like his whole show was based on his audience not knowing that he was doing both voices and doing like the
sometimes three voices.
Yeah, like doing.
I don't know if I know who this is.
Okay, so Phil Hendry, when Real Radio, the first time we ran him, I want to say it was like in the very, very late 90s into the early 2000s. It would have been a night program around the same time we were running Love Lines, which I knew you used to listen to.
Yeah.
I used to listen to that.
And we'd play Phil Hendry, and what Phil would do is he would do it was Phil Hendry Coast to Coast. He'd do a show, and then he'd say like, hey, coming up next we have this particular guest, but that particular guest, he'd have a phone line that was specifically wired by his engineer, or multiple ones. And he'd have a microphone just like me here, and he'd have his phone line in his left hand, and then he would just off mic talk into the phone and just talk to himself.
Wow.
And this is a time when there were no cameras. It was theater of the mind. Nobody would see it. And he would do all the characters, whether it was a lady, a man. He had like hundreds of characters that he would do.
That's wild.
No one probably ever gave him the improv, I guess, credit for how hard
They
that
are
is.
now. A lot of
Yeah.
people are now, like a lot of like real good improv people. In fact, our friends Summer and Robin, who do improv at Universal,
Yeah.
would probably weigh in at like, yeah, there are people that if you know, you know. He's one of those guys.
So then
as far as improv goes, though, one of the best in the world.
So his show was then he'd be talking to this character that he'd have on, which was himself. Is kind of like,
and he'd argue with himself
straight
for an
talk.
hour. Yeah, it's just like,
he'd argue
harder.
with himself, and then he'd get his callers to call in, and they'd be like, they'd talk to him, this character, and they'd talk to Phil Henry about like how crazy this was and stuff. So they wouldn't know. So it's like, so then you have a version like his audience, his main audience, I guess, would know. Like I would listen and be like, oh, I know what he's doing, and that's funny because the callers don't. But he had enough callers each show that were passive enough listeners that didn't understand that he was doing this, which is weird.
And with the beauty in it,
and he did it for years.
And the beauty in it too is once he had somebody on the line that was incensed, he would play the part of the caller, and then so he'd let his caller character go hard on the other caller, but then he'd use himself to mediate it and make sure that he got that person's back and calm the situation down enough to string them along even more. And that's what made it so brilliant, is that he'd have people on the line arguing with him, really mad at the fake caller on the line, but then he'd play devil's advocate and go, oh, come on, what are you doing there? To himself, he'd be like, hey, you can't talk to my callers like that.
Because he wants the real caller to stay on longer. And then like, anyway, fascinating that this could, because again, you could never do this for that long anymore because people would instantly know because the information's so easy to get. But
way ahead of his time.
Back then, you couldn't search on the internet, is Phil Henry talking to himself? Like there was no way to know.
Yeah.
So it was like people were just turning it on and listening. It was like, oh, this is crazy. I'm going to call in.
I don't know if there is a documentary about him or something, but I'd love to see one. And hey, if he is in the Cocoa Beach area and you know of it, like ask him politely if maybe we could get an interview with him. I'd love to talk to the guy. He's been on Real Radio, or had been on Real Radio for many, many years. I know he knows of the station. I know it.
What was his home station? Where was he based out of?
Couldn't tell you. Yeah. Somewhere up north, though.
Yeah, but he's syndicated in a lot of places.
A lot of places.
That's the old school syndicated radio is weird too.
And I think he did really well. And he was one of those ones that did really well in old school syndication, but it was also like mysterious. And that's the coolest part about him, is that for a very long time, up until when the internet did become very regular, you didn't even know what he looked like. You're like, it was as much a mystery as anything. It was crazy.
Yeah, there's no mysteries anymore.
No.
People know, like, you have a question in your phone, there's an answer. With every question you could possibly think of. It's like, which kind of takes the fun away.
I got one more. Here's last one. Here we go.
Hey, guys, it's Bubble Bath Billy. I don't know why I thought of this, but, actually, I was high, so that's why. But what is a thought exercise? What is the dirtiest, clothes that you would put in your washing machine with other normal, clean-ish clothes? Everything we put in the washing machine is dirty to an extent already, right? So there's a baseline. But, would you put super muddy, think of the mud walk, super muddy clothes in there with other clothes and assume that it's all going to come out okay? Do you have to wash those separately first before you could, wash them again with something else? What about poop? I don't have kids, but you guys have kids. When they were young, if poop was on their clothes, would you put poopy clothes in with other clothes and assume that it's going to come out okay? Just curious what the line is.
Well, because I'm not like these people that lie about making sure all their turds go into a toilet, I put everything in the washer and assume that the washer rinses and then puts more water in and then rinses and puts more water in. So I will put a blood-soaked rag in there, a doo-doo rag. I don't care what it is. As long as it's in there with some detergent, it's coming out clean.
You're also talking to the Tom and Dan show, not the Tammy and Darlene show.
Hey,
what do we know about washing machines? Ask us about engines.
Yeah.
We won't know.
We don't know nothing about that.
We know nothing about washing machines or engines.
So I have a black lab, and she pooped in her crate the other day, and so I had to clean all that, but there was covers in it. Would you wash a dog poop towel?
Oh, yeah. In there, yeah.
With your regular clothes?
Absolutely. That's cleaner than human poop. Because that's
Okay.
just, I know what that's just
All right,
grain.
yeah, but it
that
could be-
dog's just been eating grain pellets. It's
All right,
fine.
but then-
Absolutely. I'm not a baby like people that, I hate that people are like guys with, I can't go get my butt checked colonoscopy. I can't do that because it's gay. I hate you when you say that. I hate you so much. You're such a
I don't know what
baby.
that has to do with my dog.
No, but
pooping
like
on-
people
It's
are
just uncomfortable.
People are so wimpy. Everybody's so fucking wimpy. My God.
Hey, guys, put your finger up your butt.
Yeah, I'm gay.
And you're standing there with your finger up your butt.
I might wash that separate.
No, I put it all in there because like I figure that thing, I know it fills up with water, it agitates, so it's washing the poop out, then it drains, then it rinses, so it's washing the poop away.
Yeah,
What if
but-
it doesn't get all the poop?
Yeah,
though?
and then it creates a poo-poo stew.
It doesn't
that gets
make-
on
there's- yeah,
everything.
it
and my
doesn't do
clothes,
that.
the things I'm
Yeah.
wearing.
I don't think
I'll
it
wash
does
it with
that.
towels and stuff. I don't want to wash it with what I'm wearing.
I guarantee you, if I washed, I could wash that that beautiful
Just Call Mo?
Turtle shirt. I could wash that with a poop towel, and you'd never notice it.
Yeah.
Probably true.
Yeah,
That's the thing that drives me crazy is that everybody's like, oh, you got to wash that separately. Well, you're just wasting water. You're part of the problem. Put the poop towel in there. Stop being a baby.
How much will it wash and come out clean on the other side? Like if you had a ridiculous, all the clothes or mud and I mean just over the top, like you ran a Tough Mudder or you took like 20 people's fucking shorts and t-shirt from a Tough Mudder and then
I'd throw them in the trash.
Would it come out clean or would you have to do it twice?
Probably do it twice.
Yeah. You'd have to do it one more time, right?
Christine's asking, do you also rinse your dishes before putting them in the dishwasher? No, I don't.
You're not supposed to.
Not supposed to do that.
Yeah, which I can't get beyond because I'm like,
Andrea does it. I don't do it. I'll put it in there. I'll literally take a plate with just, it's like cold mac and cheese frozen in the plate. Put it right in there. Hope this comes through.
That's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. They
Yeah.
put a whole cake in the commercial. We got a call. Let's take
Oh,
this
you wanna
last.
take it?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Live call Friday. Who's
oh my
this?
gosh.
Hello.
Live call Thursday.
Well, we're sorry. This is the,
Hang up.
You're right. You're
Hang
right.
up.
No, you're right. This is the Friday Free Show, though, so I was confused. You're correct, sir. I stand corrected.
What's your name?
Adam.
So
So calling in, I don't have a BDM Facebook group, so I'm trying to see if someone on here is interested. I just picked up a Blackstone. It's pretty good. Needs a little scrub down.
No, Adam. He took my Blackstone.
Is he selling?
this is
This
Adam.
is Adam. I gave him my Blackstone.
Is this that old timey radio where you're trying to sell
It
stuff?
is. This is Tradio. This is the first
Okay.
time.
Yeah, switch off.
This is the first time I've
All
ever.
right,
tires.
so
the
let's
first
talk.
time ever in 30-year broadcasting career I've ever allowed a listener to come to my dwelling and pick up some of my trash.
All right, so Adam, so how? Okay, because I gotta admit, when I heard Daniel was giving you this Blackstone, I did think I was like, well, I want a Blackstone, and he didn't offer it to me because and I know it is the most pristine Blackstone
it's not.
that you'd ever fucking ever get anywhere.
It's not.
This shit is better than in box, huh?
Yeah, no, it does need a little work. I'm gonna sand the whole thing down and re-season it. But,
Yeah, it
other
needs to
than
be
that, yeah,
re-seasoned.
everything's
Oh, they got rusted.
Little rusted, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not like that's not the Daniel I know.
No, like, I've changed. I've changed a little
I've
bit.
never seen anything
I'll be
Daniel
honest.
owns get rusted.
I also changed the passcode on my phone because I'm cheating on my wife.
So let's talk about
That
the.
garage was a little more cluttered than I thought too.
Are you losing it?
It's coming unraveled. I'm telling you.
Is that your new look?
It's all
the
coming
new Daniel.
unraveled. The new Daniel
the
is.
prospector.
I keep my beard like I keep my garage messy and stinky.
So how'd you get Daniel's Blackstone? I want to hear the story.
He mentions he had the Blackstone just sitting around, and I just emailed him like, "Hey, I'll take it," and he said, "Sure."
It was
All
that
right,
easy.
so you're what I call a vulture. You hear passive comments from your local podcaster, and you're like, "Oh, I'll get that."
Oh,
And-
now you pissed off Andrea. Andrea's in the chat room. She says, this garage isn't cluttered at all. What's this guy talking about? She's mad.
Yeah, well, we painted a picture of perfection. No one can live up
It
to
is a little cluttered. It is.
But so then you emailed Daniel. You're like, I'll take the Blackstone. And did he say? Now I've had this too, and I usually like, well, $50.
But I did do it, Tom. No,
Like, I'm not
no.
gonna just give it to
I
you.
did do it, Tom, and I'll tell on myself.
Oh.
He wrote me back, and he said, okay, what day would be good for you for me to swing through and pick it up? And I said, and he's like, and then he said, Wednesday. And I was like, okay, that will be great. And I also thought that in the text message to me, he had said, hey, Wednesday will be great. I'll swing by and bring you some Jeff's Bagel Run. But he didn't say, I'll swing through and bring you some Jeff's Bagel Run. He said, my family wants it, and I'll swing through and grab them Jeff's Bagel Run.
Okay.
And I wrote back to him like you would do, oh, that's okay. You don't have to get me any Jeff's Bagel Run. And he write back like you would write back to you. He wrote back, I didn't say that. I wasn't going to bring you Jeff's Bagel Run. And then I was very embarrassed.
Well, sir, now you
Very embarrassed.
Did you bring him some Jeffs for the
No,
deal?
he did not.
No, I did not, because he said he didn't want it.
He wanted it.
He's not gonna even do that.
Yeah, he's logical like you. After I said I didn't want it, he's like, well, fine,
Yeah,
you didn't want it.
Were you gonna bring him something?
No, he didn't bring me nothing. He brought me, I'll tell you what he brought
Did
me.
you get him some tequila?
No, he brought me a very small miniature dirty Looney Tunes Space Jam Michael Jordan cloth doll to give to Pat. He gave me a dirty doll to give to Pat. Cadillac fucking Pat.
Oh, okay, you didn't bring
So
Daniel nothing?
I gave this guy a Blackstone grill with all the attachments. I gave him pancake squeezums.
Oh, okay.
I gave
Yeah.
him 50 to 60 different spatulas. I gave him a veggie basket. I gave you a wok.
Hold on.
I gave you a pizza stone. I gave you the little wooden thing that you can chippy chop so it doesn't burn your hands. I gave him all of that. He gave me a dirty doll.
Well, is there anything that now on the scales of justice, it's weighing heavy on your, you got to even it up. So is there anything you could offer Daniel down the road? Because, he's going to come knocking one day because now.
I got a favor in
Yeah,
there.
you owe him a favor.
I have a 10-year-old bottle of whiskey if you want that.
No, I'm not a whiskey guy. No, it's fine.
Do you have any? Are you like a refrigerator repairman or something?
I work with government contracts, so even my job can't help him out.
All right. He wants a missile. Can you
all
get him
right.
a missile?
It's all right. You got me this time. That's fine. You got me this time. You got me this time.
But I do appreciate the Blackstone and the pound of dust that you left on everything.
I didn't clean it. I didn't clean it either. How is that? Isn't that not
That's
like
weird.
me?
Yeah.
That's not
Maybe
like
you
me.
can invite Dan over for a meal made on this Blackstone.
Plus, this isn't like me. Like I took it down, and normally I got it down to the garage, and I was like, normally I clean it top to bottom and then, like, before I give it away. Maisie cleaned all of the utensils for it. Like she said she wanted to. She's like, I'll clean all the utensils. She's crazy. So I just take advantage of her like cleaning. So she was cleaning all of that, and then I looked at it, and I was sitting downstairs. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm
That's
just
what
gonna
I'd
leave it
have done.
alone. I did it Tom style.
He got a free one. He can clean it.
Hey man, I was happy to do it, and have a great weekend. I hope you guys enjoy it.
You too. I appreciate it. And I did bump up my BDM membership.
Oh, you didn't have to do
there
that.
you go.
You didn't have to
That's
do
the
that.
least you can do.
You didn't have to
That's the
do
least
that.
you can do.
That benefits Tom.
Get out of here. Yeah, I get all of that, right? Can I do that? Can I talk to our webmaster and just get all that money into my side?
I don't know where it goes.
Are there sides? We don't even. We run this thing like left and right Twix. We have no idea what's happening. But it's all the same.
There's a minute where the transfer goes nowhere. It's like, where's the money? And then it pops out. Oh, okay, shut up.
Every Monday when we get here, we sit in front of the computer and then we dial up the monies just to see if we're still in business.
I'm a little worried though, like when someone who's known for something and then it starts slipping a little bit. I don't know. This is,
Oh, it's the beginning of the end. Yeah.
Yeah. When Pee Wee's cracking his own eggs, you're like, oh, no more Rube Goldberg.
I like how you brought it back to eggs because you're the one that's gonna have eggs.
Okay, like the boot's supposed to do that. And you're doing it yourself. I'm like, this is not like you, Pee Wee. Anyway. Let's get out of here. Bus Decker's gonna go pick up his wife from the airport.
I do.
Where was your wife? At some sort of.
Hey, that's none of your business. God damn, where's your wife?
She was up in Asheville seeing her parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, Asheville, that's a good spot.
Is she still making pottery?
Yeah,
I went to her.
She has a show on
yeah.
Saturday at the Favo. If you want to
Is this
go.
a different one or same place?
Same thing.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, we might come out again. That was
Come
fun.
out.
I already went out there. No big deal. I
Yeah,
support.
thank you.
I
Thank you,
support
Dan.
my friends in the local
Thank you. I
artists that are
appreciate
out
it.
there.
I appreciate it.
Horse Girl Pottery. Just a little
Yeah.
shout out.
I need to know how hard it is
To what?
Before I could appreciate it.
You can't make plates like she make a
No,
pottery,
I know
man.
I can't, but I don't know in general. Like when I see,
And they're fully custom.
I saw her art gallery at the pottery.
Yeah.
So there's like a IKEA white square.
Oh, that's not nice.
No.
Off to a bad start.
No.
Also, all you have some shitty ass IKEA.
No. I'm saying the presentation. Then your wife's art, pottery art, was sitting on top of it.
That's one thing.
I know, but then I can't understand how hard it is to make that. So I need to know that before I can appreciate it.
But if you can't conceive how hard it is to make that, then understand how hard it is. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have no general concept of how hard that is, then just know it's super hard, and that's how dumb you are.
I say if I gave you,
you should be able to create an idea of how hard it is.
If I gave you a block of clay, could you make a teapot?
No, I could not do
okay.
it.
Well, then it's hard.
But I know, you could do it with a ghost behind you.
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
The Orlando Shine podcast on Real Radio every
Come
Friday
to our
night.
skate event.
Yeah.
Come to our skate event.
Yeah. And, of course, justcallmo.com/skate. We'll be there next Saturday,
Yeah,
July
it's gonna
12th.
be fun. Fill out the waivers.
5 to 7.
Yeah.
So Cimarron Skateway, 5 to 7. You have to. It could possibly reach capacity. So
If it does, I have to cut it off. So
Yeah.
get in before I have to cut it off.
as long as you're registered, you're in. All right.
Yep, there you go. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it.
Have a safe 4th of July weekend. We hope everybody has a good time, and we'll see you on Monday's BDM show.